Hello?
We need to talk.
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 You know how the game Never Have Ever works? I'll say something. If the thing does apply to you, so let's just say never have ever bungee jumped, right? If you have bungee jumped, you turn your camera on. If you have not, you stay with no camera on. Very simple. I'll still say the rules again once you go through the game, but let's begin. All right. Let me get the chat box open. Okay. First game. First question. Cameras off, everybody. First question is never have ever fucked during COVID. If you have fucked during COVID, your camera should be on. Beautiful. Zamora, you're recording, right?
I am. Yes.
You're recording the show, right?
Recording.
Okay. So we have some faces are coming up now. Never have ever fucked during COVID. So anyone who has fucked during COVID, I should be seeing your lovely horny faces on the screen. Is that everybody?
Why does I have the green screen?
Okay. Cameras off, please. Camera off. I know some of you guys are lying, but that is okay. People lie. All right. Next question. Never have ever slept with someone knowing they're in a relationship. Never have ever slept with somebody knowing they're in a relationship. So if you have slept with somebody knowing, well aware that they had a boyfriend or girlfriend, your camera should be on right now. Okay. Hey, there's no judgment here. Hey, listen, I'm not the one to judge. I have no place to judge anybody. So that's fine. Cameras off. Thank you very much for your honesty. I know we have more liars here, but that is okay as well. Next question. Never have ever erased text messages out of my phone. And not just to clean up storage, to actually hide some shit. Never have I ever erased text messages out of my cellular device to hide some shit.
Literally everyone should be on right now.
Please turn your camera
What
on.
is going on?
Please turn your
Look at all you filthy liars.
Thank you.
We don't even need to see your face. Just
listen.
Come off camera.
Listen.
What do you do?
Point at the ceiling if you want to. But
Jenny, Allison, Nicole,
and
Cameron, you're all liars.
I'm the liars in this building right now. That's
unbelievable.
Right. Cameras off. Thank you very much. Couple more questions.
It's insane. I didn't realize so many liars listen to our podcast. It's unbelievable.
Pure lies, fraudulent behavior. Okay. Last question from us, and then we will prompt questions from you guys, and Zamora and I will participate for a few questions. Last question from us would be, never have ever slept with more than one person in the same week. So a Monday and a Wednesday, a Friday and a Saturday, the Tuesday at 9, the Thursday at 4, in the same week.
There's a lot of smirks. See a lot of smirks going on here.
Listen, we get active. we get active. That's okay. Okay. Sounds good. Cameras off, please. Now, Zamora and I will turn our cameras off.
Yeah, we're going to turn our cameras off.
There's a chat box where you guys can ask any question for the next few minutes, and we will both participate. I am coming off camera now.
So whenever you guys are ready, you can ask any question
in the chat
box.
We will read it, and we will. All right. That's easy. Nicole says, never have ever had a one-night stand. If my camera doesn't go on faster than this, I don't think it can go on faster than that. I think that's the faster to press this button. All right. Back off. Give us something better than that. That's easy.
Never have I ever met a celebrity. That's easy.
All right. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
Next one. Off.
Coming off.
Never have I ever dated a chick, then dated her friend or best friend.
I have not.
Never have I ever dated a girl and then dated her best friend.
Or they said friend or best friend.
No, I've never dated one. No,
I have not. Next question, please.
Sister
or sister?
No,
I have not.
That's sick. I haven't done that.
Next question from Allison. Never have ever tried to make a move on a homie sister. No, I have not.
Nope.
A homie sister is weird for me.
No, I don't want to do that.
Limits. That's off limits.
That's off limits. You can't do that.
That's off limits.
If you go to date one of your homie sisters, you better marry her.
Yeah, you can't fuck with her.
You can't fuck with her life.
You can't fuck with her life and stay friends with that guy. There's no way.
Hold on, we missed Ebony's question.
Okay, sorry.
Ebony, never have I ever fucked someone and ghosted them in the same day.
Oh, hold on a second.
What?
Hold on a second.
The same day?
Wait, how long did it take to register something as ghosting? I need. When did something registered as ghosting? You can't ghost the same day because we just didn't talk the rest of the day. It's like please give me some context. How do you ghost in the same day? Doesn't it need to be at least some type of time frame where it could become a ghost? If you have to ask, you did it. No. I need clarification on what because I didn't talk after we fucked that day. That means I ghosted her. What are you talking about? Ignore their text calls. Block them. Nah. The next day. I never blocked. I don't block people, but I definitely ignore the calls and texts the next day. So I'll just stay on by myself because I think Zamora is nicer than that.
I am.
All right, I'm coming off.
Never have I ever fucked a boss or coworker. I definitely slept with a coworker.
Zamora's on the island by himself.
What?
Not me.
I'm by myself?
I haven't.
You know what's hilarious? Can I just say something real quick to the audience? So these questions that we're reading right now are specifically for Ryan and I. But every time we answer, people in the audience turn on their mics. And I'm like, you sick fucks. Like, this isn't for you. Like,
hey, let them pull up. Show yourselves, heathens.
Stay off the camera. Don't let me get this dirt on you.
Yeah,
okay.
Show yourselves.
Give us a few more questions, guys. Come on.
We'll get rolling.
These are light questions. Give us a hard question.
These are light. Come on, guys.
It can be anything.
Something juicy. Anyone, drop it in the chat box. We waiting. If there are no more questions, we'll just get popping. No worries. No questions, we'll get moving.
Wow. wait. So
that's not a never have I ever.
Christopher asked,
first of all, first of all, that is not a never have I ever. That is not a never have I ever.
Yo, hold on, Chris. Hold on.
That's not how their game is played, sir. That's not how the game is played.
Chris is a sicko. No. Never have. How many guests on We Need to Talk have y'all fucked?
That's not a never have ever. I'm not answering that.
I can truthfully say I don't think I've slept with any of them.
Some more, shut up.
Any guests? What guests? What female guests?
Only guests?
Guests.
Oh, not speakers. Or not listeners.
Guests.
Oh, guests.
And any listener that I slept that listens to the podcast was like dating me before that.
Got you.
I haven't slept with like any listener yet.
So okay. Guests?
Yo, Chris is the feds, bro. This guy's the feds.
That's not how the game is played. Next question. Never have ever hooked up with someone 15 or more years older than me.
No, I've never done that. 15? No.
15. No, not 15. Oh, let me turn my camera off. Sorry. No, not 15. 15's up there. Not saying I wouldn't, but 15's up there. Any more questions? We get rolling. Chris? No more questions from Christopher. One more question. We'll keep moving. These are interesting. 10 seconds. Oh my God. You rephrased it.
No, the answer's still no, Chris. We're giving you guys one more.
I have.
What? Pardon me? I'm gonna have to go through the list of episodes. I honestly said, wow, Ryan, you don't surprise me.
That's crazy.
If you guys think that's on brand for Ryan to do,
wow,
say yes in the chat.
Wow.
Okay.
It's getting out of control.
Last question. Ramon says, never have I ever had sex with multiple girls at once.
I haven't. I almost did, but I did not.
You know had a threesome?
I almost did, and I turned it down. The girl that they picked wasn't decent for me.
Okay. Well, all right.
So my answer is no, I have not.
All right.
Great questions, guys. Thank you very much. Anyone who wants to turn their cameras on, feel free to join us visually as well as verbally. But
throughout the night, any of the topics that we talk about, if you guys have comments, questions, just chime in the chat. And if you actually want to talk about it, just let us know. We'll unmute you so you can start talking. All right. So what's the first topic? What are we talking about?
All right, let's get it rolling. You want to start with this? Or you want to start what we were just talking about off camera first?
Well, that kind of relates. We'll start with this and then we'll bring it in.
Okay. So the first topic we're starting is and any like we said, anyone that wants to chime in has a point to mention. Unmute yourself and just speak. No worries. When you start liking somebody some more, do you stop having sex with other people? Is there a level? Is there a level that you like a girl where like, okay, now I gotta stop?
Yeah.
What level is that? Like, do you? So you'll stop having sex with other people before you get into a relationship, or does it have to be a relationship for you to stop?
No, if I know that I really like the girl, I'll stop having sex with other people.
So you'll actually stop before you end up actually dating.
Yeah.
So while single, you'll still stop having sex with other girls.
Yeah.
Interesting shit. Okay.
Why we talked about this?
Well, why is that? I'm not judging you at all. I'll give my sense as well. Why do you stop?
You know what it is? And like straight up is because like I won't stop thinking about the other girl.
While you're fucking the other girls?
If I'm hanging out with the other girls, I'm not even interested in them. I'm like, I'd rather hang out with this girl.
So that's when you're like over the top for somebody.
Yeah. So there's a difference between being like that and then you're just dating multiple people and you don't know who it is that you like. Everything's casual. Everyone knows, like, your full transparency. Mm. If I'm at the point where I really like one person, I'll be transparent and say, hey, like, I don't know if I can continue seeing you because it's just not working out or whatever. I'll think of something. But see,
I'm not stopping till you're my girlfriend.
Chris is hilarious. Chris came to he came today just to talk a lot of shit. I know that he did. Shit. Yeah.
No, I'm not stopping until you're my girlfriend. Personally, like I think that is the main difference between this confusion and the era we're in between dating culture and relationships, right? And like, I think a lot of people tend to mix and combine dating and relationship in the same thing. Like, oh, I'm dating this person means you're in a relationship with them. Dating literally is, exploring your options, seeing other people, doing what you got to do while you're still single, and vice versa. They can do what the fuck they want to do when they're single, right? For me to stop having sex with somebody, why are you not my girlfriend then? Like, in my mind, I'm like, if I'm going to stop having sex with other girls or stop seeing other girls, I'm like, why are you not my girlfriend? Why is there a period where I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop doing this with other girls that I'm legally able to. There's no guilt. There's no nothing. I'm able to fuck other people with no fucking guilt. No cheating title, no nothing. I have the freedom to do this, but I'm going to stop prematurely just cause, but also not making my girlfriend yet. So what the fuck am I doing?
I get you.
In my opinion.
No, I get you.
Right?
The reason why I would stop is because if I have the intention of making you my girlfriend or like,
but then just do that.
That's what I'm saying. But like, sometimes it's not based on just me alone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where that person's at either in terms of what they want going on. So that's why I had the conversation with them to figure it out.
How would you feel if you stopped and found out they started going?
Oh, like that would be whack. Like, I don't, that's the thing. It'd be whack, but no, it'd be whack. But I don't think I would just stop without like having that conversation first with them. Right? I'm not just stopping for no reason. Like, I'm not just stopping and thinking, oh, they must stop. They must be not having sex with other people too. No, I'm gonna have that conversation.
What's that conversation like? Like, sit with them and be like, "Are you seeing other people?" Like,
it'd probably be like
that formal.
No, it'd probably be like, "Are we moving to be more exclusive?" Right?
Exclusive. Oh, that forbidden word. Exclusive.
Why do you have such an aversion to that word, bro?
Exclusive? What the fuck is this? A magazine? Like, are we really exclusive? Like, I get it. Like, I know that's what we're used to doing, and like, I get it. And I'm making jokes, but I'm never knocking what works for people. But I just feel like if we're gonna be exclusive, then date. Like, then date me.
More or less the same thing.
But it's not. No, it's I'm still technically single. I technically can get some head if I want to, but
this guy's a sicko. Honestly,
I'm gonna turn it down because we said we're exclusive, but we're not in a fucking relationship. Like, why are we doing this?
Well,
too early to date, but late enough to not get my dick wet from somebody else.
So if let's say there's a girl you're talking to, right? And you have the conversation with her, like, are we working towards a relationship or just fucking? Okay. Are we working towards a relationship or just fucking? Let's say she says we're working towards a relationship.
Okay.
Are you still fucking other people if you're working towards a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that might work for you. That might not work for some people. I'll say that because, like, if the girl tells me we're working towards a relationship and I'm on board with that,
yeah,
I'm less likely to go fuck other people.
Less likely, but will you do it?
I'm super less. Or
will you do it?
I have to be in heat. I have to be in heat, bro.
If she says we're working towards a relationship and you go, yes, cool, I'm on board, and then Throat Master 2000 sends you a fucking text message that night and says, yo, I want your dick, let me have it. And you just had a conversation with the girl you like saying, yeah, we're working towards a relationship. And Throat Master
just had a conversation. Yeah.
Just had the convo with your girl saying, we just had a conversation with the girl saying, yeah, we're working towards a relationship. But Throat Master 2000 sends you that text and says, I want your dick tonight. Are you saying no? Are you saying
what's cheating me about this question is I know that as you're asking this, Chris is watching behind his phone and he's like, this nigga is obviously lying. Like, I know that's what he's thinking. He's
waiting for me to cap.
He's waiting for me to cap. That's what he's waiting for me to do. Yeah. Oh man.
Are you pulling Throat Master over? Is she coming over? You just had the conversation with a girl saying we're working towards a relationship. She goes, yes.
So when did we have the conversation?
In the afternoon.
Oh no! I'm a conscious, bro.
11:30 p.m. Throat Master texts you the spooky hours. She texts you at 11:30 p.m. I want your dick tonight. Are you saying pull up? You already said goodnight to the girl you're talking to. She's like, I'm going to bed now, babe. Good night, mom.
Yo, but this shit gets so messy. You know this. I
want to know if it's happening. Are you nutting that night or not?
At this age, I'd probably say no.
This age.
You don't know, but you know why? Because Ryan, we talked about so many times how we always get caught. We always get caught. Like, we always get caught.
It's a random girl.
We always get caught, bro. You know this.
I don't get caught. Who's we?
What do you mean we?
What if I got caught pulling Throat Masters in my house?
You're acting like none of this has ever backfired on you.
It backfired.
That's what I'm saying.
Not caught.
Okay, fine. Backfire. It always backfires. It always does.
Yeah, sure.
It always does. Sure, but Alina says, "Oh, we know."
Yeah, but backfire is not caught.
Dog. If I'm look straight up. If I'm sprung, like if a girl has me sprung, I promise you, I'm less likely to do that shit. I would have to, like I said earlier, I'd have to be in the craziest heat to be like, yo, I'm breaking what I said to this girl.
Fine.
Right?
She sends you a video. Throat Master sends you a video.
Okay.
You're still saying, nah, stay home.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me.
He's such a liar, man. This guy.
No.
All right.
You're saying you're that weak? You're going to succumb.
I said weak. I'm single.
You're going to
She's coming over. I'm single. We mean weak. Come over.
She sends a local video, and you're like, "Yep, come over right away, right now, please.
Come over,
please, man. Come over right now.
Come over while you can. Because if I know I'm about to date this girl, we just talked about this, saying, "Yo, we want to work towards a relationship."
Okay, so hold on. Then why not just say when you have that initial conversation, like,
to who?
Let's say, because if she says, "Hey, we're working towards a relationship," right? We're still single. But it's something we're choosing to work towards. I would probably just be transparent with the girl and say, "Hey, like, I probably still might sleep with other people." Like, I would have that conversation if that's what I want. If I wanted to do, if I didn't know that I wasn't as sprung on that girl. Like, I know that if I'm super sprung on a girl,
it's not happening.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay,
right.
So it's based on the spring level.
Yeah, pretty much. It depends on how much I actually like this girl.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
I don't think that's crazy.
Anyone in the crowd want to chime in on this particular topic?
Male or female? Feel free.
Am I crazy for my views on this? I know Chris wants to talk a lot of shit.
Crazy,
honestly.
It's all perspective. Anyone want to chime in, unmute, and just hop in? Perspective on this? Feel free. Just want to know where your drinks are at. I've been drinking. You don't see me?
Oh God.
I've been drinking.
Hey, Ryan, you ain't trying to work.
Let me read your comments.
See, look at what. Okay, Ebony says, so basically, it's fair game in the talking phase. Chris said, "How you blowing things back out while you're working towards a relationship? Make it make sense, Ryan."
Because when I'm working towards a relationship with that girl, that's what we're doing when we're together. But when I'm not together, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my
so
thing.
Let me.
They're not correlated.
Ryan, let me say this.
I can still put work into her when we're working together.
Oh, Ryan.
I'm off the clock.
Ryan.
I'm off the clock.
He ain't working towards that shit. He's just trying to slide into one LMAO. Ramon's calling you out because it's true. Like,
why are man's typing in caps?
How can you possibly be working towards something if you're actively doing something else that's taking away from it?
The same way you clock into work and clock out when you're home. I clock in for that girl. When I'm ready to fucking work, I'm working for her. All fucking 10 hours, I'm working for her. No distractions. But when I'm fucking off the clock, I'm off the clock.
What the yo? Chris is like, listen to this guy. Almost said clock out. Were you guys getting the dick energy? Aren't you tired working overtime?
It's not. Listen, you're not fucking both girls at the same time all the time.
Yo, Rakeem said you're a part-time boyfriend.
I'm not a boyfriend.
This guy's a mercenary boyfriend. No, but he's a freelance boyfriend.
Hold on. That's part-time boyfriend. We're not in a relationship yet. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
okay, Nicole said, nah, if you actually see potential with the other person, you can't be fucking other people.
Says who? What are you guys talking about?
This guy's back on his bullshit.
Says
people.
Who? Like, how does that make sense? Why are we not just in a relationship? Like, we should might as well just be in a relationship. If I'm cutting off girls, not seeing anybody else, then be my girlfriend. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? You're not my girlfriend, but
yo, you got one person on your team.
Who is that?
William said, "I'm on Team KOA." Ryan, don't even trip. That's one.
William knows
everyone else. Jenny said, Ryan's version of exclusivity is clearly different. I told you, I'm not wild. I'm not crazy.
Let's move forward. It's all good. We know what it is. Next topic. Zamora, do you have any hesitations before getting to your next relationship, whenever that may be?
Absolutely.
We're both single gentlemen right now. It's 2021, in the middle of the pandemic. We're heading into April 2021, and we're both still single bachelors. Enjoying being single so far?
Yes.
Enjoying it? I'm enjoying it too. Do you have any reservations or concerns before you enter your next relationship, whatever that may be? And do you believe in your mind, at least, that the next one is the last one?
Well, no.
To which? Reservations or the next one's last one?
I genuinely can't imagine going into my next relationship saying this has to be my last one.
Okay. Drink up. Cheers.
I can't imagine that is going to be my last one.
So why do it?
I like dating people. I like being in relationships.
Hey, that's honest. Okay. So before you get into this middle stage relationship, Let's call it the middle stage because it might not be the final stage. It might be the middle stage. It could be the final, but let's call it the middle stage for now. Before you get into your next middle stage relationship, you're still young. You're spry, excited, talented. What reservations do you have before saying "I do"? Not the wedding "I do," like the
saying like I want to.
Yeah, I'm down. What is stopping you, or what concerns you have about the particular person, whoever that may be, before you go, you know what? I'm out the game. What?
Allison, you need to chill.
Allison needs to relax.
Ramon's certified lover boy Z.
That's all good. There's no hate there. There's no judgment. Let them
get that. I get that though. That's been my MMO. That's been my MO.
It is what it is.
In the last 9 years, I've been in a relationship 8 years.
Okay.
It's a long time. It's a long time to be in relationships.
What reservations or concerns do you have before saying "I do" to the next one?
Honestly, it's probably the idea that my time could be completely wasted. Like both our times could be completely wasted.
So that's what would stop you from getting into one?
Well, I've dated people and then afterwards just been like, you either discover stuff about the person you date or like you just realize like I actually did not need to date you or we didn't need to date each other. But it's more so the fact that, okay, I think because I'm older now, I understand that when you start dating someone, who they are when you start dating them is very different to who they'll be like a year later or 2 years later or 3 years later. Yeah. The problem is like,
can you just mute the TV for a second?
Yeah. The problem is when you enter these relationships, no one really says to themselves, all right, I'm dating, like you and I get into a relationship and I'm going to be okay with dating you 3 years from now when you're a totally different person. We don't actively think about those things, right?
Okay.
So it's when that change comes up, you're like, oh, fuck. Do I still like this person? Does this person still like me? Because I also went through these changes. And the problem
isn't that a lot of overthinking?
It is overthinking, but the problem is now that we're older, I feel like you kind of have to think about that more. Because when I was dating from 20 to 23, I could afford to burn 3 years of my life. Like I could afford burn. Yeah, I could afford to just have 3 years go by with someone and it not
really hinder anything. Yeah.
Right? If I get into a relationship with someone now and I date them, let's say the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay. And then it doesn't work out.
And then it doesn't work out. I'm hoping that obviously there's still lessons I learned from it that are good. There's positives. It just feels like the stakes are higher. It feels like I'm playing like a.
So are you saying you'd rather just not do it entirely?
No,
like rather than take the chance that this could be a complete waste of time for the next 3 or 4 years.
No, I would rather be way more picky than I have been going into a relationship. I can honestly say that all my relationships, I haven't been really picky. And that might be a guy thing. I don't know what it is, but I've never been
physically or period. So physically included?
Yeah, every girl I've dated has been good looking, but I've never been like, okay, she needs to be this. She needs to do this. She needs to talk like, we need to compare.
Yeah.
I never thought about those things. It was like, we were doing the whole dating thing. Things were great.
This is nice.
Yeah. Everything was going well.
Yeah.
Everything was going well. And then we just started dating. And then that's it. I was like, oh, this is the next step. This is what we're supposed to do next.
So what does a girl have to do to get you to say yes? At this stage of Zamor's life, what does a woman have to do to get Zamor to be like, fuck, I'm down? What do you have to do? What do you have to show you?
I feel like you're putting him on the spot for his very specific reason.
I ask these questions. No, I'm not even trying to set you up. I'm asking, like, I'm generally asking because I'm thinking of my own answer myself. But like, is there something a woman can do that you're interested in? Not just any woman in the fucking world, someone that you're also interested in, not just any girl. Is there something that the woman you're interested in can do that can make you be like, all right, I'm gonna take the leap. I'm gonna take a chance. Is something you could do or show you?
Allison said, if we could build a woman, what we do. I don't want to do that.
We ain't building
I'm not building a woman. I think that Fuck, bro. It sounds so fucking cliche. And I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, but you know when you just fucking know. You get what I'm saying? Like you and I have talked about this because we've dated so many different kinds of women, right? And I've been in relationships 3 years apiece with each of them, and they've all been very different. Mm-hmm. And I found myself, I guess like falling for people where it's like when I really look at it, it's like, oh, we just align on everything. Like everything matches up. Okay, but we also have our own different interests. Right. It's like this weird intrinsic feeling. I don't know how to fucking explain it. I feel like if I was like genuinely interested, I meet a new girl and I think we're vibing, everything's cool. I'm going to do what we talked about last week, where it's like we say, yo, what shit are you dealing with? What's your shit? And I'll tell you yours if you tell me mine. What are you struggling with right now? Yeah, because as soon as I know that and you know mine, we can quickly determine whether or not, this is something we're willing to work with. Right? Because prior to this, what I've been doing is dating people because it's been the natural progression. And then we find out years into the relationship that, oh, the shit that I'm dealing with, you don't like. You don't want to deal with. And the shit you're dealing with, I don't want to deal with. And it's like, that's what creates a whole waste of time thing. So it's like, I'd rather just find out all these things in advance. So maybe the one thing I'd be really, really looking for is just someone that can check their ego and have just blunt conversation. Communication about anything. It's like, you get what I'm trying to say, right? It's like when I say check your ego, you're literally not saying things like, I don't want to bring up this conversation because I don't want it to make me look weak.
Can you mute Cass and Joseph apparently?
Hold up. There we go. Muted.
Is someone fighting?
I don't know, but I muted them.
We had our audio off, so I don't know what was going on. Can you turn the mic? Sorry, we had our speakers off. What was Cass and Joseph in the fight or something? What did we miss?
I don't know. Because it's wild. Anyway, what do you think?
For me, I honestly, I just want someone that's realistic.
What does that mean?
I think a lot of people are unrealistic when it comes to
explain.
When it comes to relationships. Just the concept of like, if both of us can really look at each other and understand that like one person cannot satisfy your needs in all aspects and truthfully be like, I know and believe that, I think that's the first step with any particular person I'm interested in. Okay. Because I feel like most, not all, but most people believe that there is this one person that can be their everything, right? Or they try to make someone their everything, right? I need you to have this, and you to have this, and you to be this, be this, be this, and have this list that their partner needs to be. But I think if I meet someone who's realistic about that like, yo, like I'm not going to be everything, and you're not gonna be everything for me, and I think we can both acknowledge that. It's rare. I've come across a couple times, but it's very rare for me to come across people that can really acknowledge that, like, yo, like, you do know we are limited beings, right? And like, we have all these needs, and like, it's almost ridiculous to believe one person can solve all these needs for us just because
that's super unrealistic. Right?
But a lot of people believe it. It's like, no, the man I want or the woman I want, she's gonna be everything. She's gonna be this. She's gonna love basketball. She's gonna love, like, you have these lists and these expectations for people, and then you're disappointed when they don't meet up to them. But you have to also, the same way you have expectations for somebody to have, you also have to have a list of things that you're willing to not have, right? I don't think people go into things knowing like, what are things that this person doesn't have to have, right? Because I think that's a more rational perspective. Hold
on, question.
Go ahead.
When you say, what are some things that they don't have to have?
Correct.
Are you making up for that? Or is it just in general? As a person,
as my partner, like, okay, you meet a girl right now, right? It'd be amazing if you could fucking cook, could also box, also is into fitness, also fucking loves technology, also like, yeah, it'd be amazing. But of the things that you like in a person and would be dope because you have friends, if you want photography stuff, you can come to me and come to your other boys. If you want fucking boxing stuff. You have girls and friends that do the boxing and stuff. Like, you don't need your partner to be all those things.
Yeah.
But we believe like it'd be perfect if my partner also loved boxing and basketball. For me, basketball. It'd also be dope if she fucking could love my photography stuff. It'd also be cool if, like,
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
What?
I'd actually prefer whoever it is that I end up with to like not be into the exact same things that I'm into.
That's amazing. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a recognition of you, because a lot of people believe they do better with someone who understands their lifestyle and is already into that kind of stuff. But when you start stepping back, it's like, what can they not possess? Does she have to be into fitness? Maybe for you it's important, maybe it's not, but does she have to be into photography? Does she have to care about certain things? Like, what can you let go of and still be happy? Right? Because we force ourselves to commit to things and request things of, we all say that nobody's perfect, but we still look for perfect. We still look for perfect, but we all be like, oh yeah, no one's perfect. But I need to be perfect though.
You need to be as close to close to perfect to me as
like,
possible.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Right. So I think for me, like, if I can meet someone that's like on that level, like, I know it's not common that people think this way, but I know I'm not gonna say I'm the only one in the world. I'm not fucking amazing. So I do believe there's a woman out there that's like, yeah, for sure. I agree. Like, I can't be everything for you, and neither can you for me. And we can both find out what we can be for each other. And I think those are where my reservations lie. Because when I meet somebody and they're like, I want this, I want this, I want that, I'm like, you're already delusional, right? Like, not saying you can't want things, but like, your list is all wants, and there's nothing on your list of things that you're okay to part with, you know?
Yeah.
Any perspectives from the audience, guys?
I'd be interested to hear what.
Turn your mics on. Anyone can chime in if you want to.
Chris said, y'all just don't want to be around your girl all the time.
Chris is just coming with fucking toxic behavior.
You know, Christopher's been a single man.
Anyone in the audience, you guys want to share perspective on that? Any reservations you guys have before entering a next relationship, if you are single currently? Feel free to share. Just pull up.
Didn't we talk about this on Clubhouse maybe like a week or two
Hold on. We're going to turn you up, Ebony. Hold on a second.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we talked about this on Love and Work on Clubhouse. I mean, we always have a few different reservations, whether it's from past traumas, from past relationships, or whatever we're working on, from family trauma, from what we grew up with. But I guess it just depends on the person, and just working through whatever insecurities and reservations you have to have a healthy, functioning relationship.
Do you want to know your next person's traumas? Like, do you want to tell me your traumas? Do you think that's a normal and appropriate conversation in your opinion?
I think it just depends on whatever they're comfortable with sharing. And if it has to do with anything that might affect their relationship that we have.
Okay. I agree with that. Like, you know, it's definitely not normalized. It's not a normalized conversation to have. But I always give this example, man. Like, what if I meet a girl who grew up watching her parents like argue all the time, like yell at each other when they got into arguments, but they still loved each other, but that's how they communicated. And then how she reacts. Like, she argues all the time. Like, she raises her voice, right? If she had told me in advance, she was like, listen, like, she was aware enough to say, you know, when I get to arguments, I raise my voice, right? I'd understand that. I'd be like, okay, sick. This isn't as personal then. Like, I know in advance. But she didn't communicate with me, and then it happened, I'd be like, yo, this is super disrespectful. Like,
right.
I wouldn't know
understand the context of
why
it
she's
is
doing this. But that goes back to like really, you know, doing your own work and figuring out your own shit before you come in to any other relationship, bring that with other people. Right. What does Allison say here?
Go ahead.
I think it's just I don't want to be wasting time on someone who I don't see having any potential. It's important to know my next person's trauma so I can know how to adjust in a relationship and if it's something I want to add in my life, right? Vincent said you don't have to know all of that, but it is good to know when you're trying to function as a unit. Yeah. Like if you know that we're working towards a relationship, that's what you're gonna say. We're working towards a relationship.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, okay, let's start having these conversations because that'll let us know whether or not we should even work towards a relationship in the first place.
No, I agree. I agree with that. Okay. Let's move forward, guys. Thank you for sharing.
What were we talking about before off camera? Yo, wine. Yo, I want to say this. How come you don't drink wine?
I just don't like the taste of it. Dude, I'm a whiskey guy.
Getting wine drunk is very different. I feel very different to last week. Last week was all whiskey. This week my words are slurring a little.
Buzzing?
I'm buzzing already.
Buzzing off the wine, off the yak.
I've already finished one bottle.
Off camera, Zamora and I were talking about frustrations we get when
Nicole, wine is gross. Get out of here. Leave the room. Anyway, go on.
Off camera, Zamora and I were talking about we're expressing our frustrations with women and their
be specific
women specifically and their lack of communication skills. And
whoa, what? That's not how we were talking about it. Not their lack of communication skills. Maybe the girls we were talking to, but
well, that's what we're talking about.
Not women in general.
No, I mean the women.
Be specific.
It's women in general as well.
I'm not trying to get canceled out here. Be specific.
Can't cancel everybody, but anyways, don't excuse anything, Allison.
I can hear fucking Alana saying, "Bruh." I didn't hear that.
Okay, clarify. Not all women, but yes, nothing is ever all. Can we get over this, please? Like when someone says something, it's never blanketed against all of you guys. And you know what? If someone says anything, it's never you. How about we just say that? If I say anything, it's never you. Okay, it'll never be you. It's always everyone other than you. Let's just start out from now. Anything I say, especially while drinking, doesn't apply to you. To everyone other than you. Okay, so not Allison, not Alana, and anyone else who's coming at me. Anyways, off camera, we're talking about how women have a lack of communication skills, and they can be very indecisive when it comes to certain things. And it was frustrating because, the difference is when guys' behavior is very different when they actually like a girl, right? Like, I know it sounds weird, but there's guys that pretend to like girls, and there's guys that appear to like girls, but there's guys that actually like girls, and their behavior changes significantly, whether it's how they're acting. Zamora said something about how, he's thinking about other girls when he's sleeping with somebody else. You're checking your phone to see if they're texting you. Like we start to do certain behavior that's out of character for ourselves, or we believe is out of character. Right. And we're getting frustrated because I recently stopped talking to somebody just because there was a lot of confusion about where they're at, what they want to do. And my thing is I'm a zero pressure person, right? I never want someone to feel like they're pressured to do anything, that like they have to do anything. I'm always giving people the power of control. And one thing you can't control about an individual is what's happening in their mind, right? Because sometimes there's things happening in reality, like what's really happening and how someone's viewing something and how it's happening. And it's very difficult to overcome how someone's perceiving a situation in their mind. There's actually nothing you can do about that. If someone views something a certain way and how they feel a certain way, regardless of whether you're doing it or not doing it, you can say, "Oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm not pressuring you." But if they feel pressure or they believe pressure or they perceive pressure, there's nothing you can do about that. So a situation I was in where a particular person felt pressure that was not coming from me. And like we were talking about earlier, past traumas, like it could be a past trauma. It could be something that they dealt with an ex-boyfriend or ex-boyfriends where they're just, those people might be used to doing a certain way with them and they just maybe just go into this place. But that's none of my business, truthfully. And I can't control that. And, Zamora saying like, "Oh, you should ask someone their traumas or talk about certain things." Like you can, but I feel like you can only do that if they're aware of it. And I think that's one of the biggest things you're saying. Like if someone's self-aware that they're doing something, that you can discuss it. But if they don't know they're doing it, you're kind of at a loss. So I was just getting annoyed because I'm just like, I'm very blunt, I'm very forward, and I'm very outgoing about things I say and things I want. And when someone isn't that way, it definitely frustrates me. It's not their fault. You can't make someone a certain way, but it definitely frustrates me when I'm a certain personality type and very clear and very open about the things I want to do, and someone else is more obscure in their responses. What? Go ahead.
Okay, like Ebony said, they need to be aware of both sides and not have a victim and or codependent mindset. Alana said also sometimes knowing someone's trauma can make you jump to conclusions. Very That's true. A
big point.
Very true.
Definitely. You just assume they're like everybody else that has a particular trauma.
Exactly. That's a really big point. But last week we talked about why is getting to me? I'm trying to remember.
More's buzzing over here. Look at them. Wine drunk. Pitiful.
Seriously, we're not even an hour in. This is crazy. But we talked about how at any given point, like a woman can just put a guy out of his misery. Because here's the thing, right? Like the whole act of dating from the guy's perspective is us trying to figure out, like it's one thing if we like you, and then it's also different and I think it applies to women too, if we're just trying to sleep with each other, right? There's a physical attraction. We're just trying to figure out, like, do we want to sleep with each other? No more than that, right? But then there's the deeper one where it's like, oh, we're trying to date. I'm trying to date you. But from the guy's perspective, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, the whole process is us trying to figure out whether or not like the behavior that I'm exhibiting towards her is warranted. Like she likes this, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Cause we can gauge it, but until the woman tells us like, or gives us some sort of confirmation, it's all up in the air. We don't know. Right. Like we don't know what it is until there's a clear form of communication. So it's no different than when you're in this weird in-between stage where it's like, just let me know if this is going to be a thing.
I have a question for the ladies on stage, or ladies in the room. Do you tell men when you like them? Anyone can speak up.
I do.
What do you say? Like, do you literally say verbatim, I like you?
I think things are going well. I really enjoy my time with you, and I'm starting to really like you a lot.
Will that come from you, or will it be probed from them?
No, it'll come from me.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny. Any other ladies, do you tell men when you like them?
I usually don't say stuff until they make it clear that there's something for me to go off of, or else I won't even speak up.
Even if you do like them?
Oh, yeah.
You just won't say anything?
No.
Why is that?
Because sometimes I feel that when you kind of put yourself out there, if it's not reciprocated, I'd rather just like ride the wave. Like if we're having sex and having a good time, I'd rather just keep riding that and not then make shit super weird by being like, oh, by the way, I like you, and turn it into a whole new conversation. There has to be something given from him to make me want to have that conversation.
So you'll never forwardly be the first person to tell someone you like them?
No.
Interesting. Okay. Any other ladies?
Can I ask Alana a question?
For sure. Go ahead, Jenny.
Alana, do you not feel like that would be just kind of wasting time then? Like if you put yourself out there and say, hey, you know what? I like the time that we're spending together and I'm really starting to like you. And if he comes back being like, I don't really see us in a relationship, I'm just having fun, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't you just kind of figure like, that's not my person then? All right, screw you, like on to the next.
Yeah.
Like why waste more time then?
Yep. Totally understand where you're coming from. I guess I'm also probably in a point in my life where I'm not really looking for that someone right now. So I think my perspective's a little changed, but when I was like actively trying to date and like be with someone and I thought that would be the person, I would probably switch that up. Or right now I'm like not in that mindset. So I think that's probably where that's coming from.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Very fair. Any other ladies? Do you guys tell a man when you like them?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I'll drop hints. Like I won't be super direct with it.
You'll drop hints? What is a hint, Ebony?
I do the same thing, Ebony.
What is it for Vintage and Ebony? What the hell is a hint?
So you'll kind of like say, oh, like, what do you think about me? Or like,
that's not a hint. That's a question.
Yeah, well, you'll ask a question so the blow of rejection isn't as hard. Because if he's just like, oh, well, I think you're cool, I see us as friends, like, oh, yeah, me too. Like, you don't really embarrass yourself as much.
Me too. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, kind of like blow it off so you're not like embarrassed. You put yourself out there.
Okay. Vintage, what is a hint in your opinion?
First of all, don't say it like that. Take the spice out of your voice a little bit.
There's zero spice. It's just whiskey.
So that's good enough. So for me personally, I really believe that when like men know what they want and they go for it. So for me, like, I'm just going to assume that we're friends. I'm not going to assume anything past that until you say something. So I'll show you that I'm interested. I'll flirt. I'll go along with stuff.
How?
What do you mean how? You know what it is when a girl...
How?
And it depends on the guy.
Okay, give me an example of how Vintage shows she's interested.
Well, okay, if you're asking me to go out somewhere and you want to keep spending time with each other, hanging around, doing extra stuff like that, I'll do that. I'll flirt. I'll say whatever. I do all that. I can flirt all day. That's like Olympics for me. So I'll keep going.
Olympics. Okay.
Flirting is nothing. That's like second nature. So it's just like, that's very easy to go along with. You'll know when someone's like a little bit interested. So it's like, if they decide that they want to take it further, then cool, we can go along with that.
But you will never ever say, hey, I like you, by the way.
Now, when I say never, it's the fact that I have also done it in the past and I no longer care to do that now.
Oh, so you've done it and now you stop.
Yeah, I've done it in the past. So I've big up my chest and gone and asked. I'll do that. I'll take my L. It hurts, yeah, but I'll take it. But I just no longer do that. I don't care to do that anymore. Like, you guys know what you want when you're going after it. You know when you're interested in someone, and you know when you want to be more than just friends. So like, you guys will be very straightforward about that. Right. Unless it's not like an assertive guy. And then that's not the guy for me if you can't be assertive to open up your mouth in that standpoint. But yeah.
Okay. Very fair.
Sorry.
It's all good. Any other ladies before we move forward? Do you guys tell men that you like them when you do like them?
Let's look at the comments.
Oh, people are commenting? I haven't even read.
Yeah, so we got... Wow.
Why is Chris typing?
So William said, I ignore hints on purpose because we need to speak plainly as adults, which I agree with. Yes. Allison said, I just tell them straight up, hey, I've enjoyed spending the time with you and I'm starting to develop stronger feelings for you. Usually that straight up or like, hey, I like you. She agreed with Will. Chris said, you don't want to look beg. I get it. Shout out to the women that are straight up. Men love y'all. Very true.
Christopher, can you please stop typing in capitals? Can you just take your thumb off the caps lock button, please?
Chris only knows how to yell.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you guys for sharing that.
But seriously, ladies, you could put us out of our misery at any moment.
Just say it.
Just say it. Just say it.
I like you or I don't like you, whatever it is. It's so much simpler. So much simpler. Okay. Moving forward.
Thanks, Allison. You're cute.
This is not the place for love, guys. This is the gates of hell.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Moving forward. Ladies, we'll start with ladies first, and then we'll go to the men and Zamora and I. Ladies, what would you describe as bad sex in your opinion? What is a bad sexual encounter? What is bad?
Quiet sex.
Quiet?
Quiet.
Okay. Anybody else?
Getting no attention paid to you and they just come and then go to sleep.
What do you mean by attention?
Like
jackhammering.
I'm sorry?
Ebony's, I think, talking about like jackhammering.
No, I think that's Alana. Is that Alana speaking?
Yeah. And no, yeah, that wasn't it. I mean, like, if I do a certain thing and it's not reciprocated, I'm not really feeling that whole situation. Yeah.
What is a certain thing not being reciprocated?
If I'm sucking someone's dick and they don't go down on me, I'm a little bit hurt about it.
The equalness. Got you.
Yes. And if someone says they don't eat pussy, then I ask for the check to leave.
But does that make the sex bad?
If they're not going down on it, yeah. Like, are you okay? Is your mouth broken?
Okay, so if they do go down on you and you proceed to intercourse, what makes intercourse bad?
Okay, no, it's fine at that point. I'll shut up.
I'm asking like what makes sex bad for you? Like not that particular person.
Is it just the foreplay?
Otherwise, sex is always good. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I would say I'm more particular to like having someone go down on me than being fucked. So that would be my like idea of a good time. And then sex is whatever.
Whatever. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other ladies? How is sex bad to you in your opinion?
Quiet sex, no foreplay, anything shorter than 30 to 45 minutes.
30 to 45.
30 to 40.
No. Hey, listen, hold on. No judgment.
Hold on. No.
There's zero judgment.
No
here.
judgment.
I just want numbers.
Hey, listen. Hey, Ebony.
Ebony's the same girl that's remember years ago on our podcast talking about if the dude with the tiny dick.
No, that's a different Ebony.
It's different Ebony?
It's a different Ebony.
I thought it was the same Ebony.
No.
Holy smokes, my bad.
Someone's drunk. Someone's drunk. Ebony,
45 minutes is a long time, bro.
Ebony.
That's how long I work out in the gym for.
Ebony, hold on, let me just get some clarification here.
Mm-hmm.
Ebony, anything under 30 to 45 minutes is registered as bad sex to you.
Okay, not like
there's
45 minutes. Like, okay, you need a little breather, a little cup of water, cool. But like, okay, round two, get a little breather.
Oh, we're talking about round. Hold on, we're talking about rounds 35, 40 or one time 35, 40?
Rounds. Like round two, 45 minutes, cool. But like if you're done, round one, you sleep 30 minutes, like, oh baby, you need to get your momentum up because
Okay, if we take the time factor out of this, what is bad sex as the actual activity?
Yeah, just it would be quiet sex, not creative with the positions. Yeah, and no foreplay. They just want to get straight to it.
Okay. So it seems like you're more concerned that the only thing that bothers you really is the effort and the time, not necessarily how they're doing it. Doesn't really matter.
No, it's both.
Both. So everything.
It's about like 60% the effort that they're putting into. Like, okay, like you're thinking about my needs, foreplay, switching it up, and then the 40% would be the time.
Okay. Thank you, Ebony. That's a work shift, Ebony, but
being honest.
Listen, there's zero judgment on this end.
You know how many things I could get done in 45 minutes?
45. That's fine.
45 minutes, bro. That's a full episode of The Mandalorian.
That's okay.
45 minutes is not that long.
Jenny says 45 minutes is not that long somewhere.
Like the type of sex that I like, it's a couple hours.
Okay, hold on. No, let's talk about this.
Go
right?
for it.
If we're like foreplay is a part of sex, so realistically, you including all of that,
the entire process
is going to be longer than 45 minutes. So probably be longer than an hour. But I think when people talk about like sex and they say it's got to be
like driving for 45 minutes,
when people say sex has got to be this amount of time, it's weird. It's fucked up, but most people aren't thinking about including foreplay in process. They're not thinking about the entire process, which is why like people jump up when they hear 45 minutes.
Okay.
Right?
Any of the ladies want to share their definition of bad sex before you ask the gentleman? Anybody? No problem. Men on stage, before Zamora and I answer, what would you guys describe as bad sex? Any men can respond, please.
William couldn't wait to talk.
William pulled up. What's good, bro? What is bad sex from a man's perspective? Please.
Bad sex. First of all, anyone saying 45 minutes to an hour minimum, if you are not at least putting in the same amount of work and effort, if you're not on top for that same amount of time, you're foul. You're absolutely out of order, because that 45 minutes, if you're expecting me to move you in all these positions and do all these things and you're on top for 2 minutes and you're like, oh, my legs are tired. Oh, my knees. No, it's not fair. So bad sex for me is one, if she's kind of starfishing, if she's not really doing anything, like
does that still happen?
It still happens. It's wild.
Man.
But like they're still enjoying it, but they're not doing anything. Like I said, like I'll be like, can I get on the bottom now? Can like I sleep? And then she's like, nope, I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. I've heard that.
That's crazy.
But and the other one is teeth. Teeth. Those people need to be locked under the jail. Teeth, women, teeth is no bueno. I don't care if you're tired, just stop. That's teeth. The one. No teeth ever.
That's the one. Thank you, Will, for sharing. Any other men? What is bad sex to you, gentlemen? Any men on the stage? Ramon?
Yeah, I agree with the teeth thing, but like not only teeth, just like spit too. Like girls gotta learn how to get sloppier with the blowjob. Like that's definitely one thing like that would make it bad. But I have to say a girl who's just not active, you know, like she got to be able to be like wanting to switch positions too and getting into it. Like if it's just quiet and they're just chilling, like it's boring.
Boring. Got it. Thank you, Ramon.
I want to hear from Chris.
Is Chris available?
I want to hear from Chris.
Chris is talking in caps lock in the chat, but Chris, can you please vocally share some of your opinions?
We're calling on you. Don't be a pussy.
Oh, Chris is unmuted. Share, Chris, please. We're listening.
Wow.
Can't hear you, Christopher. No, we cannot hear you, Christopher.
Chris is capping. He's pretending like he's talking and he's not.
No, he said, I think his mic is not working. Any other men on stage that want to share while Chris gets sorted out? Men, please share what is bad sex to you before we move on.
What's bad sex to you?
To me, a lack of rhythm. There's a method to sex. There's a give and take. If I swing, you swing. If I pump, you pump. Like when it's just not.
You don't need to look me dead in the eyes.
When relax. When it's not connecting. Chris, I think I can hear you now, Chris.
Hold on. Is he talking?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. What's going on, guys? Y'all chilling?
What's up?
You guys having a good time tonight?
What's up, Chris? Can you please take your caps lock off of your computer?
No, definitely not. People gotta hear me when I speak.
No,
people have to hear. I have to yell because y'all are capping out here a lot. So I gotta make sure my voice is heard so people know when you guys are talking bullshit.
We're reading, but continue, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Yo, that being said, bad sex. I don't know. Bad sex can happen when the energy is just off in bed. So. Number one thing when I've had bad sex, it's when the girl is trying to do too much. Like she's just trying to do a little bit too much. Like just slow it down. We ain't gotta go so quick right off the jump. Relax. Like be cool. We're not making a porno. This ain't a movie. Like relax, calm down. Like that's the number one thing for bad sex.
I know those.
That. Like if you don't know how to give head properly and you're a grown woman, something's wrong. Like something's off. Like,
Chris, if you could do me a favor, what is bad head? Because we all have.
You know what bad head is. Ryan, you're a grown man. You know what bad head is.
We know. We have our own versions of what bad head is.
Okay, so we're all gonna give our opinion on what bad head is. Number one, when it's not wet enough. All right, if you're giving me dry head, there's no. I could have just used my hand. Like you didn't have to do it right now.
We didn't have to do this.
Yeah, we didn't have to do this. We could have. We could have texted each other, and it could have been later. All right, that's it. That's number one.
May as well give me a hand job.
Seriously. I could have done it better myself.
Quick question to any men. Does any men on stage, do any of you guys like slow head?
What's slow head?
Does any man like slow head?
Definitely.
Who's saying that? Shahid said yes. Will says yes. Ramon, yes. Chris, do you like slow head? You ever experienced slow head?
Like when you're about to climax till the end, I think it's the greatest part. It's like the longevity of the moment, you know?
Longevity.
Yeah, of course.
So,
I'm fucking dying.
Zamora is quarter past drunk right now.
Yo, I'm dying, bro.
Okay, so carry on, Chris. Sorry, I just wanted to get a tempo for that one real quick.
No, that's number one. So what I say, if she's doing too much, if she can't give head,
Dry head.
What else would be bad sex? If there's no instruction, sex is give and take, right? Like there ain't no way I'm gonna jump in or she's gonna jump on, and we're just gonna know each other right away. So if there's no communication with it, if there's no like, hey, nah, do it like this or do it like that, or then it's probably gonna be bad. So I say those three things will equal bad sex.
Thank you for that, Chris.
No problem.
All right, Ryan, your turn.
Yeah, I
What is bad sex?
I will add to that and say yes. Bad head is definitely up there. Chris, can you mute your mic for a second, please? Thank you very much. Bad sex is definitely up there when it comes to bad head. Bad head to me, there's, I don't know about you guys, but there's a combination method of giving head and a blowjob at the same time. Sorry, giving head and a hand job at the same time. Sorry. So there's a certain balance of hand motion and mouth motion that should go together, and they should not be unsynchronized. I think you may understand what I'm saying. Maybe
I know what you're saying.
Maybe some guys understand what I'm saying, but when it's just mouth and no hand, or just hand and no mouth, it's very uncomfortable when they're not synchronized together. So there's been head I've received where it's a lot of hand and the mouth is just there. That's trash. That's just trash. That's a hand job. Then there's head where it's just all mouth and the hand's just holding it. Also pretty trash, depending on how they're doing it. The perfect combination of hand motion and mouth is what makes head the best. And when one of those things are failing, head is pretty trash. When it comes to sex, I think someone said the starfishing. I haven't experienced starfishing in a while, but definitely no arch makes sex awful. If you cannot arch your back, please don't turn around. Just say I want missionary and we'll just call it a day. But don't ask for behind the back. Don't ask from the back if you can't arch your back. It's not fun for us. Definitely not fun for me. And it hurts. It's not a pleasurable situation for me. Also, when it comes to, I know some guys, maybe not all guys, but it's not their fault. But when you're having sex with someone and they're always in pain in every position, that just kills sex. It just kills it. If there's a lot of like, oh, ow, 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 like I understand, not their fault. But it definitely does make sex very unpleasant for men. That's my perspective. Go for it some more.
I'd probably say if you're quiet, I like people who talk. Fam, I'm the guy. Actually, too much talking. Okay, I understand there's too much talking, but like I'm the same dude that says like, I can't date a girl. She doesn't swear. So like that translates to the bedroom. Okay, like I like potty mouth. So there's a communication aspect. Like Chris said, there needs to be some form of communication where it's like, you let me know what it is that you like and don't like. Like sex doesn't need to be this whole fucking
Atlanta's funny.
I know. Sex doesn't need to be this weird fucking mysterious game. If we're having sex, like, let's cut to the chase. Like, let me know what it is that you like so I can do that for you.
There's no secrets.
And you can do that for me. What the fuck do we look like at this age? Like being like, oh, figure it out. Like, figure out what I like. Yeah. It's like, no, if we're here, let me just give you what you want. Right. So that's why you have the conversation, the communication that helps. I haven't had like the starfish thing, but the quiet thing, like,
it's weird.
That's so weird. It makes me uncomfortable because I'm like,
do you think do you like this?
I'm like, do you like this? Or like,
and they're like, yeah.
Like, should I even be here? Like, this is like super, super strange.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else makes bad sex. You guys mentioned it, like really bad head. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have seen that movie, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Has anyone seen that movie?
No.
Mila Kunis. It's like an older movie. There's a scene in this movie, right, where the main character, Oh, Bertram, tuning in. The main character, he goes to like some resort or some shit, and his ex shows up to the same resort, right? And basically the main character is like, he has like this love interest with Mila Kunis. They have a thing going on. Him and his ex end up hooking up. Like the ex is giving him head, and he stops it halfway through and he's like, no, I can't do this. And he leaves, right? He tells Mila Kunis, she's fucking pissed and she's angry at him.
Yeah. She
goes back and talks to one of her homeboys, right? And the homeboy's this black guy. And he's like, hold on a second. He's like, wait. He like stopped it mid head.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. And he's like, I don't think you understand, like,
how bad you have to be.
No. He's like, do you understand how hard it is for a man to turn down head? Because like, I don't think women like truly understand the power of head. Like, I'm willing to say, hot take right now, every guy won't have sex with every woman.
Yes, but we'll get head.
But every guy would get head from like 95% of women.
He's talking factory right now.
Right? Like, if I'm wrong, guys, if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong in the chat. But like,
he's talking factory right now.
I don't know why, but like, women, if you give really good head, you effectively own the man. I will say this right now. Like, you effectively own the man before you even have sex. Like, you
Master 2000.
When I say you own him, like, I legit mean that. Like, if you can give really good head, it is what it is. So we know what bad head is.
100.
Like, the moment it starts, like, you know what it is. It's just one of those things.
So the follow-up question is more, are you willing to teach sex at this stage in your life?
Teach sex?
Teach it.
I'm willing to tell you, like, I don't like that. Let's try this.
So are you willing to teach it? Not guide. There's guiding where someone's already pretty decent. And then there's teaching where you're actually helping them become decent. No. Are you willing to teach sex at this stage in your life? Why not?
Because I think, okay, first off,
yes,
I'm not wasting time teaching sex to anyone because I could have sex with someone else that like knows what to do.
Look at this dog.
And then it's facts.
Look at this dog.
And this applies to everyone else in the chat. I'm sure they feel the same way.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And then I can't imagine that someone that I'm going to get in a relationship with or date is also so bad at sex that I have to teach them.
You wouldn't like it to be like that.
No. I know there's no way that the next person I get in a relationship with, I'm saying, all right, this is an area where I have to teach them. Fuck no. Like, that's the person that I'm going to date next. We have to be compatible in the bed. Like,
right away.
Yeah. We got to be compatible.
So if every other area about them checks out, but the sex part is a struggle, are you writing that off?
That's going to be a big struggle.
Are you writing it off though?
I really might.
If everything else checks out,
teach.
Yes.
I have to teach you.
Yes. Patiently.
No, that's a write-off. That's a write-off.
Audience, please. Anyone in the audience, please. Are you guys willing to teach sex at this stage in your lives?
No. I'm too old.
See how quick everyone says no?
Jenny
too
says,
old for that.
Too old. I believe you, Jenny. Anyone else willing to teach sex at this stage in their lives?
Nope, not at all.
Even if everything else checks out?
Yeah, I don't have the time, the patience. No.
Would you?
You don't have the time. Where's your time going? To them.
With the person that knows what they're doing.
Fair. Anyone else?
Lessons. You get 3.
What you say? Well,
3 lessons. You get 3 lessons.
3 lessons?
After 3.
Nigga, this isn't bingo.
It is. How dare you? How dare you?
Like, the fuck?
You get 3 lessons to teach.
We're not on camera right now.
Not guide.
Muted, so
You get 3.
Right now, we're muted.
After 3 classes, if you can't figure it out, Zamora, if you teach someone boxing, after 3 classes, if they can't get down what you had in the first class, aren't you done at that point? You're like, all right, they're not getting it.
Chris says if I'm attracted to her, yeah, why not?
I think Chris is capping so hard right now.
He's capping in caps lock.
I think he's capping so fucking hard
Chris
because
capping in caps lock.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this nigga saying it's not a relationship. Why are you wasting your time?
There's no. Then why are you teaching?
Because this guy's saying if I'm attracted to her, yeah, I'm attracted to a lot of people. I'm not gonna waste my time.
You're not teaching some random.
Chris is capping. Chris is capping. Absolutely,
a random thing how to have sex if it's not your partner.
The cap in this app is unbelievable. That's what's happening right now.
All right.
Okay, you're telling me, hold on. Can you guys hear me right now?
Go ahead, Chris. I can hear you.
You're telling me, hold on. You're telling me that if the baddest chick that you guys ever seen, right? The baddest chick you ever seen, like bad, but she's a virgin. You're telling me you wouldn't want to hit that? You're telling me you say no. She wants to lose it to you, and you're like, nah, it's okay. Virgin, sorry.
I didn't say no.
Okay, but I'm capping. I'm capping though, right?
But we're also talking about someone you're gonna potentially date. Or you're not gonna date that.
I'm not talking about.
You're not gonna date that.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Okay.
What?
I just want to chime
we
in.
were talking about.
Let's move forward, shall we?
Chris is my best friend, people, and he says foolish things.
Were you gonna say something?
Nah, you guys understand what I'm saying. Hold on. Let me just clarify though, because I asked a different question in the chat. I was like, would you sleep with a woman who was a virgin? And every man said no.
Who said no? Who said no?
Yo, go read. Go read the chat. Every man said no.
It depends on their age. That's all.
William's lying saying he's a virgin.
Honest answer, Chris. It depends on their age.
I agree with Ryan on that.
It depends on their age. They're a virgin at what age?
Hold on. What's the youngest girl you sleep with? Maybe that's a better question.
The youngest I'll sleep with is 23.
Okay, so if a 23-year-old's a virgin,
that's like
probably not. No,
but no.
And she's bad.
I'll sleep with a 23-year-old virgin. Sorry, I'll sleep with a 23-year-old that's having sex, but not a 23-year-old virgin.
And she's bad, Ryan.
Bro, no. Like what comes to
no, it's too much.
I'm not saying date. I'm not saying relationship. I'm just saying, yo,
wants to hook up. Ask for her life. If she's 35, she's made a life choice.
Hold on,
Bert, repeat that.
She maybe just hasn't found the right guy. And it's just like it's different.
What you say, Birch? Say it again, sir. Birch, say it again.
Oh shit! Am I?
No, you're good now. You're good now. You're quiet. Your mic was just quiet.
Mm. Oh, I was just agreeing with Chris.
Oh, you're saying you would?
I'm no, sorry. I was agreeing with you. If she's a young thing and like she hasn't done it yet, she's just getting her life started.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry. She's a life started.
Bro, I'm not starting that.
No.
I'm not starting her life with me.
Why?
Ryan is the worst nigga to start the life with. What are you talking about?
I know he's lying.
Ryan is the last guy that you want the life to start with.
You don't want to start your life with me, mama. I'm going to tell you right now.
Don't do it.
It's downhill from there, baby. I'm sorry. Chris,
or uphill if she likes it. So it's all good.
Chris, if she's a 23-year-old virgin, I would have to respectfully decline. As bad as I would love to do it, doesn't mean I don't want to do it. Yes, I would love to sleep with her. But if she's like, I'm a 23-year-old virgin, I'd be like, this is not the best. Like, I'll literally be like, go out there, try some things, and hit me up after you try some things. But I don't want to be the first guy you remember the rest of your life. When you think of your first time, it's Ryan. Like, no.
Wait. So hold on, Chris. Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
What?
You just said when she thinks of the first time,
it's me.
You don't want her to be like, oh, it's Ryan.
Yes. No, I don't want that.
Why? What are you saying about yourself that makes you say, don't let her think about me the first time?
Because the bar will be at a place where it'll cause problems. It'll cause
for you.
For me. It'll cause problems for me. If you want to talk some shit right now? If I'm gonna talk some shit right now, if her first time being introduced to sex is me, I will never get rid of that girl.
Yo, you guys can't see it on camera. My eyes are in the back of my skull right now.
Dog,
I'm rolling my eyes so hard.
I'm not even talking shit. I know myself, and I know what I've done with girls who have had sex and how they act, and they've been having sex their whole life. If my first time is her first time is with me, I will never let go of that girl. And that will be fucking trouble. I do not want that on my fucking back.
Look, I rate the confidence. I see.
It's not confidence. I know what it is.
No, it's confidence. But where I'm coming from is this: like where I get what you're saying, and I would just take it like slightly different. Is for me, I would assume that if I meet someone at the age of like 23 who hasn't had sex yet
at all,
and they're super bad,
yes,
right. And women, this applies to you guys too. Sure. I would assume at that point, this has been a conscious decision. There's no way that like you just haven't
like you turn
it hasn't come up. Like this is a conscious decision.
She's choosing you.
So then I'm thinking, okay, like there's like built-in pressure.
Are you gonna wife it then?
There's no, I'm not saying this is built-in pressure because I'm like, why am I the person?
Why me?
That you've now decided that you want to break your virginity to?
Right. And
that makes me go like,
so are you gonna do it?
Probably not. No.
Then what are you arguing with?
No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm saying I'm talking about the fact that like it's just like I think what Chris was saying was nuts. So like I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not doing it because I think truthfully,
right,
at this stage of my life, there's like built-in pressure for that, like that I don't need to deal with.
Right.
It's different when you're younger and everyone's trying to lose their virginity. Yeah. But like
you're like you chose.
I actually can't imagine.
Full of shit.
Okay, this guy says I'm full of shit, but I cannot imagine at my age right now meeting a girl at a fucking bar who's bad as fuck, and then she tells me, by the way, I'm a virgin.
If I'm being honest, I wouldn't believe her.
Yeah, like a part of me like, what?
I'd be like, shut up. I just don't believe her.
Chris, you actually think we're full of shit for that?
1000%.
Will,
I think Chris is just letting everyone know he's a fucking dog. That's what he's doing.
No, listen, no, because if and this goes for women too. Honestly, I'm just talking to the guys right now because the question was direct to the guys. But if the person of the opposite sex is fine as hell and all you're thinking about is having sex, I don't think that person being a virgin is going to stop you from pursuing having sex with that person. That's a fact. Like you're not going to get to the state like. Regardless of when they tell you, say you meet them and you're like in your room together, you had a date at your crib or whatever, and now you're about to get into it, and they're like, "Oh, stop! By the way, I'm a virgin." You're gonna say, "Okay, forget it." No, you're not. You're gonna do your thing. It's gonna be bad.
We'll probe.
I need to ask the women this.
We'll probe this question to the women or anyone on stage. Really, women, are you sleeping with a virgin at this time of your life? Any ladies?
Nicole, there's no way in hell I'm having sex with a virgin. I need to hear from other women. Let's go. Come on.
Any ladies, go for it.
No. Explain to them and like, no.
Jenny says no. Ebony says no. Any other ladies? Ellis. Did I say Ellis? Yeah, Ellis says no. It's a no. Allison said yes. Allison will just fuck anybody. That's crazy.
See, okay, and here's the other part of it, right? Like, as much as we talked about before, like there's gotta be communication with sex and all this type of stuff.
I said not a goddamn chance.
It's inherently selfish.
What is
sex?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I want to please the person I'm with.
I want to enjoy this shit.
But I want to enjoy this. 100. Right? So,
or why am I doing it?
So for me, it's like, okay,
I know it's gonna be trash for you.
I know.
Thank you.
At my age now, I know for a fact that if I have sex with a virgin,
awful.
It's not going to be good, and then I'm gonna have to like. Okay, I'm gonna have to like teach you for what? Like
you're gonna have ow.
Chris is full of shit. That's what he is. He's full of shit. Mr. Devil's Advocate.
He's just talking shit. What if they're a prodigy? I'm gone. Will. All right, let's move forward. So the last topic we're going to talk about real quick, or as long as it takes, is a Derek Jackson situation. Anyone that doesn't know about the situation, I'll briefly just give a quick rundown. Derek Jackson has been a social media phenom, we can call him, that talks about relationships, and he's perceived himself to be the all hail expert on what men are looking for and how women can get men, how men can get women, and so on. So he's been the guru for relationships for about 9 years or so, preaching all these things about respect and all these things that women should be doing, that men should be doing, and hold themselves accountable, and so on and so forth. Anyway, recently, he decided to post a video with his wife on social media, holding her hand ever so tightly, in a what seemed to be a very scripted message of them both coming to terms with all women he has cheated with over the years, and through God, they've been saved and relieved of his sins together, and they agree on moving forward with their marriage now that they've learned, and now that he has learned the responsibility. This didn't turn out pretty well for him, and it's just seemed to be getting pretty worse as the days go on, as things start to come out. Anyone who knows anything about this story, like first of all, like for me, I feel like cheating, it will always be the issue in society, right? That's just what we have labeled it as. Cheating is this big, massive thing, whatever. But I think what makes the story what it is what he's been preaching for so long almost makes him seem like he's just such a blatant fraud.
I'm dying because Jenny said your monologue to this is hilarious.
He's been preaching this for so long, as an expert and as holier than thou for himself.
Look, and then, I'll just say this, bro.
Go ahead.
Look, I have no scientific facts to back this up.
What?
I don't have the Cole's notes, but what I will say is this: typically, the people who are like
talking the most are usually doing the most shit.
Slimiest are usually doing the most shit.
He built his career off of that.
Like basically, you know, Ryan explained the story. This guy, Derek Jackson, basically has a whole YouTube channel that talks about how shitty men can be.
How shitty
men can be.
Awful.
And like what they should be doing to make, you know, women feel happy and all this type of stuff. Meanwhile,
women eat it up.
Meanwhile, this guy is out here
slanging,
literally sleeping with women, like so many different women every single week.
Slanging
every single week. So I guess this is my question.
What?
Would you, what's better? The wolf that you can see or the wolf that you don't know is coming?
Like the wolf that you can see, of course.
Is it? Like, I don't know which one.
What do you mean? Like, if you know someone's
it's just your
filth and a dog,
you need to visualize. No,
at least you know how to move
real life,
and you can just accept it. You can just
or accept it or decline.
What's
but like, she's been married to this guy, thinking he's like. He's making videos about this shit, how amazing, you know, he seems and what men should be doing. So her as a wife,
so easy.
She's probably believing that this is what he believes. This is what he is. This is what my husband's doing.
The only thing I have are shitty.
But what's crazy is that, like, if you watch that video, she almost feels
nothing around me is good or quality. No.
Hold on. What do you say, Sheed?
Hold on. What did you say?
I wasn't saying nothing.
What happened?
I wasn't speaking. I'm good. Keep it.
Okay. Yeah, like if you guys saw the video, she almost seems like she's brainwashed or hypnotized by him. Like, why did she agree to sit down on social media with her cheating husband and speak with him, saying that we have come to an agreement?
I can't speak for her. I think I put more blame on him. Alana brings up a good point.
It's not her fault.
Alana says she might be dickmatized. She also said, Alana said the worst is the one you don't see. I agree with that
perspective. Yeah,
I agree with that personally. Like, even if we're talking about fucking, like, if we're just talking about like women, opposite sex, like, I'd rather know that you're with that shit than me find, like, I don't see it coming.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's always better when you
can prepare for the one that you see.
You can prepare for the one that you see. If you can't see it coming, you're just going to end up bamboozled. You're
like an idiot.
You know, like a fool.
Yeah.
Right. No one wants to look like an idiot. No one in life. Right. And especially women. That's what I think. Like, when you're in a relationship, I think the main lesson I've learned in all my years of being in a relationship is that you just, at the bare minimum, and it might sound dumb, but at the bare minimum, your girl never just wants to look stupid publicly.
100%,
ever.
100%.
Right? Somehow it affects us a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, men can look stupid publicly every single day, but like, you can never make your girl look dumb publicly.
Yeah.
So when Derek Jackson does the type of shit that he does, people start looking at his wife being like, what?
Yeah.
How'd you not know this was going on? Even though she might not have actually known it was going on, but it makes her look bad.
Yeah. Right? I got you. Now she just doubled down and dug her heels in.
She might have.
Well, it's killing me. Okay. When it comes to, she has two options: leave him or stand by him. She chose the latter. So
with Derek Jackson's wife, hold on,
Jenny. Hold on.
What do you say, Jenny?
Sorry, with Derek Jackson's wife, the thing is with her love language is God.
Right.
So all he had to do was say,
tap into that.
Blah, blah, blah. God, I found God now. I see my ways. I see the errors. The devil spoke to me, blah, blah, blah.
And she'll
eat that up.
She's done. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, okay, I forgive you. Let's pray on this.
What would God want for us, babe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
God would want us to pray together and refute the devil.
He knows what he's doing. 100%.
He does. He's a narcissist.
100%. Any other lady perspectives who've seen this situation?
My perspective on it, one, if I was her, I would not have been on that video with him. Like, you made your bed. You need to own up to what you did by yourself.
Why do you think he brought her?
To try to make himself in a better light, I guess, so people would feel sorry for him with her sitting right next to him. But
how does that make people feel sorry for her because she's there? Sorry, how does that make people feel sorry for him because she's there?
Because his wife looks like she's forgiving him.
Right. That she's like forgiving him. It didn't really help that she wasn't really reacting in the video. It's kind of awkward how she was sitting there.
This is a very uncomfortable video.
Very uncomfortable. And if I was sis, I would have made sure my hair was done. I was looking fly, makeup done. Like, I'm not about to look like
she was in her helmet of salvation.
That's the thing. Like, Ebony is completely right. If my man is cheating on me and he decides to confess it to the world and he wants to do a public video, you best believe I will be putting on full face of makeup. My hair is getting blown out. I am putting on a dress that shows my tits to the sky.
Mm-hmm.
See, that was the thing that concerned me and a lot of people, like why she was in her hair bonnet and just, no makeup and just looking like she just came out the shower. Like, why did he
said that's not a hair bonnet. She said that's a hat.
It's a hat?
It's a hat.
Well, she said it was her helmet of something.
Salvation.
Her helmet?
Yeah.
Stop it. We know what it was. Stop it. First, but
my thing that she's natural. That's just how she looks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. But at the end of the day, she should have stepped it up just a little bit.
But my thing is, like, he used her as like Jenny was saying, like, to manipulate her, to make her feel like, he's learned from whatever the fuck this is. But also it's like, what would it take for any of you ladies? What would it take for any of you ladies to stay after a man cheats on you? Because I was actually listening to, you guys know who Kevin Samuels is?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guy.
That's my spirit animal.
That's my guy. Oh my gosh, I can watch him all day.
So Kevin Samuels is my spirit animal. But I listened to one of his videos and he was asking women, why do you think when women get cheated on, they're more likely to stay, but when men get cheated on, they leave? In your perspective, ladies, why do you think that is? Why do you think women stay in more cases than men?
Potential.
Sorry?
Potential.
Why? So men don't see potential in women? Is that what you're saying?
Men are more in the moment. They don't think future, right? So they don't think she does feel bad. She feels guilty. She won't do it again. Whereas women will think that, like, he's crying in front of me, he's begging me for his forgiveness, whatnot, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And we will see that as he saw the error in his ways.
Okay.
And I only say that because I've done that. I've forgiven a cheater.
Right. That's fair. And thank you for saying that. Any other ladies? Why do you think women stay more likely than men after cheating?
From my perspective, not all men. There are some very manipulative. Like I mentioned earlier, there's like codependency where the man will be like, well, you're making me act this way. Like they put it on the woman. And so then we feel guilt and we try to like, okay, well, let me change my ways. Let me try and fix him to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And like, I think Jenny has said it, the potential from when you first started out was talking, getting to know the person, you're holding on to that person you first met. Like, oh, they're not like this. That's not how they were from the jump. You're holding on to hope that they can go back to that. And
so it's hope, you think? Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other ladies want to share before we move to questions from the audience to us?
I'm not here for it. Like, I wouldn't really condone it, but I know my perspective would be sometimes it's stability. Like sometimes you have kids with the man, or sometimes he's the main breadwinner. He's the one that's been taking care of you. So in the moment when you find something out, it's like you don't really have much other choices depending on what your situation is. You know what I mean? If you don't have a support system or family that you can go stay with, you might literally be trapped there in that moment. That's what I thought when I saw, like, I couldn't even watch that whole video, just seeing how she sat there, her body language just threw me. I would have been on some waiting to exhale shit with the fire in the background type shit, but I don't know, that was just odd to me. Oh, Williams.
Williams background is killing me. Vincent, I agree with you. I think that's probably the situation that happened with her. Like, based on what we know of him and his successful career, like, he most likely has the money, you know? So she's like, leave him and go where, you know, which is sad to believe in, but that's probably her situation. It's probably like, okay, if I leave him, where am I going? Really?
I'm not sure whose comment this is because it says iPhone, but it says women naturally have a nurturing instinct. So sometimes when a man cheats, some women think that they can fix them and be the one to change them. But I don't think as many men have that same quality / instinct. And what I wanted to ask is, like, whenever the topic of cheating comes up, I always hear that the narrative that, like, when women cheat, it's done emotionally, but when men cheat, it's literally just for sex.
Right.
And I'm curious, like, to hear from women, like, do you think that's true or no?
Like, whether or not men cheat emotionally as well?
I know that some men cheat emotionally,
of course.
But what I'm asking is, like, do you think it's more likely that when women cheat, they're doing it for emotional reasons, like they're already checked out of the relationship, or they've
rather than just to come?
Yeah.
Women, do you think women are cheating just to come?
I know they are, but I'm wondering if it's more if it's more the other way for women than it is, because that's the narrative we hear all the time.
Yeah,
so
women can't cheat like that, as people believe. Jenny, you want to say something?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Oh, why are the women crying now about this?
But no, wait, okay. No, women can cheat just to come.
Okay.
Totally.
I know that they can.
Do you think that's the majority?
But I'm asking if that's the majority.
No. The majority is emotional.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I've never cheated before, but I can only imagine that if I was in a relationship and I wasn't emotionally getting what I needed, then yes, I would cheat emotionally. Because if I just wanted to come, I'll use my vibrator. 9 out of 10 times, that's probably going to give me a better orgasm than the man.
Chris is asking what's emotional cheating.
Chris knows.
Chris, you know what I mean? Don't be dumb.
He knows.
Like, literally what I'm saying is, like, the person's cheated because they've checked out of this relationship that they're in.
They're investing feelings in somebody else.
In the next person. Like, that's emotional cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Right? most guys, when they cheat, they're not doing that.
They're just trying to nut.
They're just trying to nut.
That's it. They're just trying to nut. Okay. We won't stay on that topic much longer. I think everyone kind of agrees. The last part of the I guess it's 10:48 right now. It's pretty dope episode so far. Are there any questions? Anyone, you guys turn your mics on, ask any questions you guys like, or put in the chat box for Zamora and I, or for the room if you like. And you can ask some questions before we check out of here. So anyone want to ask any type of questions or probe any topic before we wrap up, feel free. You can either do it verbally or you can put it in the chat box. It's all good. Anybody, just speak, just talk. It's fine. Anywhere there.
So do you feel like men and women have different definitions when it comes to emotionally cheating? I feel like there's different definitions for that.
So emotionally cheating?
You think men and women have different definitions of emotionally cheating?
Yeah.
Potentially. I think because men might think a woman is emotionally cheating in their mind based on certain activities, which could actually be fully platonic, right? I think, like anything, I think everything is perspective and subjective, right? So emotionally cheating or cheating as a whole is whatever the person you're with deems it as. You know what I'm saying? So like, there is no like cheating across the board for every relationship. Whatever your partner deems as cheating is cheating. Because if you agree to something with somebody saying we're not going to do this or we're not going to do that, and you do it, then you cheated. You know what I mean? If someone says, if you're dating me and you're liking girls' photos, that's cheating to me, and you go do that, then you cheat on them in their opinion. Right?
It's like a wild example, but
it's wild. Yeah, it's wild. But in their opinion, like it's deemed as whatever you have agreed to not do with somebody and going against it. I think the term cheating itself is only called cheating because you're going against rules that you have created with your partner, whatever they may be. And if you break those rules, you're cheating on them. I don't think it's a general consensus of what cheating is in every relationship. I think that answers the question.
Yeah, you have a good point. Thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions before we wrap?
I want to go back to this 30-minute sex thing.
Sure. What's up?
Is that realistic for you men? 30 minutes?
30 minutes?
Okay.
40,
Let me chime in. Let me chime in real quick.
What's up?
Okay. Let's talk.
And I only ask this because you two know the type of sex that I have because we've talked about it.
Yes. Okay. But let's talk about this, right?
What's up?
So earlier I said
the whole activity.
Yeah. If you're doing foreplay and all that shit, it's going to last longer than 45 minutes an hour, right? I sometimes don't think that women don't understand how much work the guy's putting in. Like when Willem was joking earlier saying, if you're planning on having sex for this long, you better be doing your part for half of it. I would argue that most of the sex I've had in my life, not to say that it's never been enjoyable for me. It definitely has been.
But it's coming from you.
I would still argue that as the dude, I do the majority of the work.
Right. You're pumping, you're thrusting, you're doing
I do the majority of the work.
Yeah.
And then I'm also, while I'm doing the majority of the work, the whole point of me doing the work is to try to figure out how to get this woman to her climax, right? Because it's not hard at all to make a dude come.
You're trying to get her her climax while preventing yours.
Literally to describe sex for a guy, which is so fucked up, right?
It is, yeah.
To describe sex for a guy, when a woman is having sex, you guys are trying to get to that point,
right?
For us, we're trying to run away from that point until we're ready to go there.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's a constant tug of war.
It's a constant tug of war. So it's if it takes long, however long it takes, cool. but like we're doing. I would argue we're doing the majority of the work.
So Jenny, your question, you said, is it realistic? Is that your question?
Yeah, like I can't remember the last time I had 30 minute sex or 45 or anything less than an hour.
Oh, you're
less
saying
than
that's
2
short.
hours.
You're saying that's too short. You're saying.
Yeah.
But like
you said, it includes the foreplay. I'm very much into the BDSM stuff, so it includes everything.
Okay.
But also, the guy isn't doing all the work because I'm doing stuff as well.
Yeah,
Jenny, you're making a movie. Like, yo, sometimes we got to be out of the house and get to work by 8:30, and like we wake up at 7:15. Got to get a quick one out to start the day, and we get moving.
Jenny, have you ever had a quickie, Jenny?
Like 10 years ago.
Oh my God! I want your life.
Like with my ex.
Look, sex in the morning is for guys. Sex at night is for women.
Interesting point.
I will disagree with that because I'll give him head in the morning, but
that's a quickie.
It's not
sex in the morning. It's for guys.
But that's
sex at night
that's
for women.
Not for him. Like my ex, when I gave him head in the morning, it was purely for me because I liked sucking his dick.
No, Jenny, you think it was purely for you? I'm telling you, it was also for him. It was definitely also for him.
Purely.
As a guy, Ryan, you tell me if I'm wrong.
She said purely for
Ryan,
him.
you tell me if I'm wrong.
For her, sorry.
Ryan, you tell me if I'm wrong.
What?
No, because he wasn't a morning guy.
Okay. He was a morning guy in those days.
But he's a nutty guy.
He's a nutty guy. Let me look. Every guy in the chat, I know for a fact they'll agree with this.
What?
Would it not be amazing to wake up to head every morning?
Duh. What?
Does it happen every morning?
Of course not. Of course not.
That should be every man's alarm.
Have you ever thought like, dude, how amazing would this be to happen every morning?
It'd be incredible.
Not sex.
No, just head.
Just head.
Get my day started.
Jenny, it's not purely for you. Trust me, I'm telling you, it's not.
Like what? No, when it is him telling me, babe, I don't like. I got to go to work. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like,
no, he's not saying that.
I don't. You know, Ryan. Do you know how many times?
He's a liar.
How many?
Stop, Jenny. That's part of the foreplay.
I've even gotten him to like be late picking up his son. Okay,
nah, Jenny, that's part of the foreplay. Him saying, he's
trying to pretend like,
yeah.
no, like, what are you doing?
No, babe, I gotta go. As he's saying this, he's unbuttoning.
Come on,
hands. Come on,
we can't do this. You see the pornos? We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be doing this. I gotta go to work, babe. I gotta go to work. We shouldn't be.
No, I'm serious. Like he's pushed me off of him.
It's all the game, Jenny. It's all the game.
Walked outdoors.
It's all a game.
He stopped me midway and walked
He wants you to fight for it. He wants you to fight. He wants you to grab it.
Next question. Question.
Thank you, Jenny.
Allison. She says, is there anything you consider absolutely unforgivable in a relationship? What is a behavior that you never tolerate?
There's a question before that, but we'll get back to that. It's okay. We'll answer that and go to Ramon's question after. Is there anything you consider absolutely unforgivable? Unforgivable? I would definitely say just disrespect. I think you can argue with people, you can have fights with somebody, but if someone's disrespecting you in the fight, like actually not respecting you as a human, as a person, either if it's, racial or if it's, very personal, you might have told something personal to them, like through the relationship, you shared certain things and they use it against you. That's never.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how fucking mad you are. Like if you use something against me that I gave you in confidence and you use it in a fight, like, well, remember last time I let you do this or whatever, or remember you told me this and I was there for you, or tried to use a moment against you to win a fight. Like, nah.
I agree with that. Disrespect is big. And fortunately, I've never ever in my life had to deal with it, but anyone getting physical.
Oh, like hitting you?
Yeah, like if a girl ever put her hands on, like, even like put her hands on me, like,
we're done. We're done. See ya. I'm not hitting you back.
Obviously, yeah, like it's just grounds for like that just sets a really bad tone, and it makes me wonder like 100%. Where this could go. You know, Ramon's question was, do either of y'all see yourself back in a relationship by the end of 2021? Why or why not?
By the end of 2021, I don't see it. We're in March right now. Basically April, going to April. I don't see it before the end of this year because I feel like we're still in this, you know, obviously in the pandemic, but we don't have the opportunity to really get to know people the way I'd like to before I date somebody.
Yeah.
Which is obviously, you know, being around them more often, doing things and trying different things with them and just seeing them in different environments, which is just very limiting right now. So I feel like I might talk to people, but to get to the point where we're actually in a relationship might take a lot. And I think this year, as unpredictable as it is, I don't know if it's going to be susceptible for that. And I think I have to meet somebody that actually be able to do enough with them that I'm like, okay, this person's partner worthy, which is already going to be limiting. And then, you know, actually date them. I don't know if it's what.
Fucking Bertram. He says, y'all belong to these COVID streets. This is an easy no. He said easy no.
Hey, man.
Know, like,
hey man, we're chilling.
Okay, I'll say this.
We're chilling.
Right? I'll say this. I'm not gonna cap because Chris knows exactly who I am.
Sure.
He knows me. This man said both of y'all are love mans. The people who've been listening to this podcast know that like you and I've always been in a relationship since this podcast has started.
Right.
You're in a revolving door of relationships.
Uh-huh.
So like if I was a betting man like Chris is, I'd put money down saying that one of us is going to end up in a relationship by the end of the year.
Okay.
More than likely. Right now, could I see myself in a relationship by the end of the year? Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on if, you know, certain people shape up.
Ain't gonna say no name.
Certain people shape up. That being said, I'm kind of realizing what it's like being single right now.
The luxury.
Going into summer. We're COVID summer, so I have no clue what the fuck that's going to be like.
Slackness.
So we just kind of see where it goes. That's where it is. That's kind of
the answer is potentially is what you're saying. Okay.
Mans are capping if they said yeah. Well, here's the thing, Ramon, you've been listening to the podcast. Mans know I'm perpetually in relationships. Chris said I'm a lover man.
We outside, Will.
I'm a lover man.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? People, before we wrap? This has been dope.
What's your ideal date?
Allison's trying to read you right now, bro.
I know.
Allison, you ain't slick. Yeah, tell her what it is, Z. Tell her what it is. What's the ideal date?
I don't know.
Where can Allison take you?
I've never been wined and dined before.
Allison, wine and dine them, baby. What? It was more of Ryan? Yo, don't more of nothing.
Yeah, she said I'll take you. That's your primary. There you go. Ramon, Chris, you're right. But like Z said, mans are realizing the single life once again. I haven't been single in over a decade. You know how crazy that is?
Over a decade.
Like the last time I was like truly single for this long, it was nearly a decade ago.
I mean, you're living now.
Living.
Young and wild and free.
I'm living, you know? I will say this. I appreciate
did you say that
girls
you've never been wined and dined?
Forward.
Yeah.
100. Who doesn't like a forward mama?
Stop using the word mama. Stop it. I don't like it.
I love it.
I don't like it at all.
I love it. I call girls mama all the time. If I like you, I'll call you mama.
I need a wild question from a girl. Seriously. Opinions on monogamy or open relationships? Oh, God.
We doing this? We done this before, Nicole. You know we done this.
Ryan's going to go into this.
We're not going to get too deep. We done this. Nicole, you're a dedicated listener. You know exactly our answer to these questions. Monogamy, open relationships. I think for me to do monogamy and be monogamous with somebody again, I'd have to be like lost in somebody. And like whoever that is, she'd have to literally like have me at my fucking heels, because like I truthfully feel like I could do it. I think I could do it. I think I could be monogamous again with somebody.
Y'all see how this man's grappling with the thought of monogamy?
I'm actually like really trying to give you an honest answer. And I think I could do it, but she'd have to really fucking have me. Like, I could not be like, if I want titties, she has titties. If I want a fucking perfect ass, she has a perfect ass. If I want a beautiful face, she's beautiful. If she's intelligent, like, it had to be like, this girl fucking has me to the point that I'm like, you know what? I don't want anybody else because anybody other than you is fucking lost.
This is the problem, though.
Lost.
This is the problem,
right? And that's going to be tough. I'm being honest. To find someone like that is going to be very tough, and I know that.
Because Nicole's follow up was,
what's her follow up?
Do you think she could really have you forever?
See, the thing is, yeah, depending, like if we're talking about this imaginary person that I'm thinking about, yes, I would not leave this person. Now,
stop lying.
I wouldn't leave her. No. If we're talking about the person I'm imagining in my mind, I would not leave her.
Is this person like, as you get older, they just stay the same forever? Like they just don't ever change?
No,
like
I mean, they age like I age. Like if I'm getting older, they get older, they age. But we definitely would have to bring something into our relationship. It wouldn't just be like that pussy forever. She'd have to also be open for like, all right, let's try some shit eventually.
But it's not monogamy.
No, it is monogamy. What
if you bring in other people?
No, like a fucking dessert. Like every now and then we do some cool desserts, but for the most part, we're just always monogamous.
Yo, what? That's not monogamy, Ryan.
Listen to what I'm saying. We're monogamous every fucking day for every year, but every now and then we fucking pull something in for some fun.
Yo,
I'm not monogamous. Just have some fun every now and then, not every day. Our relationship is based on monogamy. I'm fucking you, you're fucking me. That's it.
Right.
But to have some fun.
No, that's not the definition. That's not the definition. The moment
you can never have a threesome.
No,
is that monogamy?
It's not monogamy. It's not monogamy.
The minute you have a threesome, you're done with monogamy. Is that what you're saying?
So Ryan, Google the definition of monogamy right now.
I know what the definition.
No, Google it. I don't think you do. Google it right now.
What I'm saying is there any time that you can never stop it? You can never agree to have anything outside of it. Is that what you're saying? It doesn't automatically make an open relationship all of a sudden. So what the fuck is it? What do you call it?
Monogamy.
Are you now open relationship because you had a threesome one time? Like, what the fuck are you saying? No.
Monogamy relation. What is the definition? Monogamy is a relationship with only one partner at a time rather than multiple partners. A monogamous relationship can be sexual or emotional, but it is usually both. This can mean humans have evolved to prefer monogamy, seeking out one partner with whom we share the most of our lifetime.
I know what it means.
It's mono equals one, bro.
No,
like
I know what it means, but I'm saying, does that mean
you're a math guy? This is what's crazy to me. Mono is one.
You're actually cheesing me. Does that mean you at no point in any point can you have a threesome and then go back to what the fuck you're doing?
No, like
you're not allowed.
That's the definition. That's the definition of it.
All right.
You would have to find a girl who like subscribes to this idea. Well, but it's not monogamy. Like that's what you have to say that. It's not monogamy.
I'm gonna customize my relationship then.
It's not customized. It's just not. You just don't call it monogamy.
Okay, sure. I'm customizing my next relationship. I'm customizing it.
Ryan, this isn't fucking Beyblades. You're not customizing shit. Just call it what it is. It's not monogamy, bro.
All right, bro. You're right. It's not. It's customized.
Who hurt you? People are asking. Who hurt you?
What are you talking about? No one's ever hurt me. All right. Next question. Do women need to stop being cowards when it comes to dating? That sounds like a leading question. Well, I'm not going to fall into that.
Stop being cowards. You know how disrespectful it is to call someone a coward?
That's a leading question. I'm not falling into that trap. Will.
Look, no, but I will say this. People got to check their ego. That's what I will say.
100.
People got to check their ego. Definitely. Men do it too, but like
definitely.
Yeah, I think sometimes women got to check their ego when it comes to like just saying how they feel. Like, because here's the thing. I know that like a lot of women prefer to be courted than being the ones to initiate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you as a guy, like if a girl's super forward, it's not going to make me be like, I don't want to fucking like, ew. Like it's not going to turn me off. Like it just lets me know where you stand,
of course not.
Which like cuts out so much of the process
and time.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions before we wrap? These are some good questions so far. Thank you, guys.
Did we miss one? Do you think someone can be out of your league, bro?
Of course.
Yes.
You have any man with some type of sense. Definitely. I know I'm not rich. I'm not fucking super muscular, super like I know I have my limitations like anybody else. So like I definitely have seen women that date a particular type of guy, and I'm like, based on who you've dated, everyone has their type. Everyone has their caliber.
Yo, but look, Alana just said, know your limit, play within it. And like
100.
I agree.
I
agree with that. Sometimes I think it's good taking risks outside of your limit.
You can always take a risk.
Always take risks.
For sure.
But wait, Birch is saying out of my league? No. Talking about out of my budget? He's out of my league. Yes, I get that. But okay, have you ever actually been talking to, dating, whatever with a girl, and your brain goes, yo, she might be out of my league?
No, not anyone.
So if I slept with you, I don't think that.
No,
but if I'm like talking to you and I know what you're used to, I'll be honest. I've definitely thought that before.
My honest answer, I've never felt that way. If I'm talking to someone, if I'm communicating with a girl and we're talking physically or verbally talking,
I don't mean fucking like dating.
No, just talking.
Okay.
If I have a conversation with you, I have never felt out of someone's league. If I'm actually having a conversation, the only people I felt out of my league are someone I can't have a conversation with. If you won't even like, I'll know you won't even see my DM or my message. Or if you're in a booth somewhere far and you're with around certain people, I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother walk over there. Like it'd be those situations where I'm like, I know who you with. I see you with NBA players. I'm not in the league. I'm not even gonna walk in that area. Like, I know
this is crazy.
I know they don't own you, but you're with them, so I'm not even gonna bother. Like I've done that shit.
But Ryan,
if I'm already talking to you, then no. But once we're talking, I know I can get you.
But this is but this is the thing though that we have talked about. Like
what?
It's always the, she might be out of my league because she's with these guys. Blah blah blah. But how many girls have you slept with that have like also slept with some celebrities? And then you're just like, different. Well,
that's different. Only because if they're sleeping with you and some other celebrities, then you got them. It doesn't actually matter what the fuck who they've been with. What I'm saying is like
when you see them out,
if you see them out associating with certain people in a certain crowd, a certain area, I am not going to cross into that crowd and try and
Willard was killing me, bro. He said, I've talked to women who were fucking with hoopers and high rollers when I could only afford a junior chicken meal. Shoot.
I feel you. You
know that confidence. Like if you want to shoot your shot, go shoot your shot.
Yeah. Listen,
like
I know myself. I'm not. If a girl's in a booth with a bunch of guys, I'm not going in the booth.
No, the only time I've ever felt like someone's out of my league is after talking to them for a while.
Okay.
And understanding
what they're saying.
Yes, understanding like what it is they're typically used to. It's usually not when I'm out somewhere because I'm like, I don't even pay what you're saying. I don't even pay attention. I'm I'm not even gonna bother looking that direction. So I don't have time to feel out of my league. But if I'm talking to you and I know that I want it to go somewhere,
but based on what you're saying,
there's a part of me that will be like, damn, maybe, maybe I'm punching above my weight.
Sure.
That's boxing. Have you ever taken a shot and it just completely failed?
Completely failed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. I think my shots that fail aren't like. I'm never overly anything. I never like, let me take you out. Like I'm never like that. It's more like if there's a girl I'm just meeting, or I mean, bruh, the most memorable time is when I was in Miami. I was in Miami in the Club Live, and I'm not a baller. It is what it is. I'm not a baller. So I remember I saw a girl at the bar. I went and talked to her, and she's like, sorry, I'm good. And I was like, shit, okay. But then I saw 10 minutes later, I started talking to an ex-man at the bar, and he had all the chains and all the fucking money with him. I'm like, okay, that's what am I gonna do with that? But she said straight to my face, she's like, I'm good. Like she was super short with me.
Yeah.
And I'm good with me. Like, I'm good. Like if a girl says I'm good, like you lost.
You humbled.
You lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and the thing for me, I'm like, it sucked, but I'm like, you're in Miami. Like, go talk to someone else. Like, like I think it was the environment too. Like it didn't actually like hit me. It was more just like, oh fuck. And I was like, all right, I'm in Club Live. Like you can pull someone else, bro. But it did hit me where I'm like, I'm good. Like shit. Like it makes you like, oh, okay. Like, oh shit, okay. I definitely take L's, but you gotta take L's. This is what it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like,
keep taking L's. We've
all taken L's. I think the worst L's when you shoot your shot is when you wanted to go further.
And the girl's like, no, I just want friends.
Yeah, and I haven't experienced.
Okay.
That I haven't experienced, but
or I'm like, I like you, and she's like, not like that.
Yeah, that would crush me. I feel like that would
be wild.
I think that would actually crush me.
You told a girl, yo, I like you, and she's like,
and she's like, no,
sorry, I don't really.
Bro,
what would you say? Oh yeah, no worries, all good.
I don't fucking know what I would say to that.
Good,
like,
good. No, we're all good.
I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I feel like I have to be so sure. I feel like
before you say something.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you're not gonna say it blind.
If I go into that saying it blind,
you're an idiot.
I deserve whatever reaction I get.
You got no pulse from her, no incline that she likes you. I'm just gonna put it out there and say it. I like you. And she goes, what? Why?
She's probably thinking, why would you put me in this awkward position?
Now I have to reject you. Like what?
Is there any one of your exes you'd be willing to go back? LOL. This wine is hitting me. Sorry, not sorry. You ain't never begged for an. So I've never begged for an ex back ever.
Okay.
I've definitely slept with exes.
Oh yeah, haven't we all?
And
haven't we all? Some more.
Would you
take any ex back right now?
No, I wouldn't.
Right now, there is 0 exes I would take back right now.
Can I ask you something though?
What's up?
Is sex with your ex some of the best sex? Yes or no?
It can be.
It can be.
Because you know the territory. I know what you like. You know what I like. Let's not pretend. Let's not pretend here.
I feel like sex with your ex
when you're out of a relationship is so much better. It's so much better. When you're not when there's no commitment, it's some of the best sex you've ever had with them.
Yo,
like, I don't owe you shit after this.
Yo,
I can go straight home to my bed.
Let's say this.
I'm gonna fuck you like we've never fucked before.
Listen,
I'm gonna fuck you like we've never fucked before because I'm gonna fuck about you. It's making love, baby.
Yo,
we fucking tonight.
Yeah,
we making love.
It's actually sex with your ex.
Yo,
is actually the most.
I swear to God.
It's the most toxic shit.
Yo,
like on earth, it's the most. It's more toxic than like the largest nuclear plant on the earth. Because exactly what you said. Like when you have sex with people that you like, casual sex, you're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But if your ex hits you up and wants to have sex, we both know everything.
Yes.
Sometimes you might come back to each other and you might know another skill. They might know something else, but you don't even question it. You're just like, oh, okay, we're just going at it now.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely is. I would put it in the top 3.
It's crazy.
It might be top 1. It might be number 1.
But it's crazy. Like, yo, I'm about to turn this bitch showers. No respect, no commitment. So toxic, but it's a bomb. Yes, a lot. That's the thing. Like,
wow, this guy's talking like Justin LeBoy.
No, but it's real. Like when there's no commitment, like I've been saying, no commitment, no feelings. Like it's like, yeah, I always love you because you're my ex. Yeah, I got you. But like, we're just fucking. Like I don't have to make sure like we cuddle after none of that. It's just like I get to just do whatever. And it's crazy because like. Have you ever fucked an ex-girlfriend and fucked her in ways you never actually fucked her when you're in a relationship? We were like, I didn't even do this when we were fucking dating. Even when we were dating, I didn't do this shit, but I'm gonna do it tonight. Tonight, I'm gonna try it all.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm gonna try it all tonight because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna fucking put your fucking head in the fucking bed. That maybe I wouldn't have done that normally. But now that you're just a girl, I'm gonna do some shit. You know why? Here's the reason. There are things, and all guys can agree with this. All guys can agree with this. There are things that you would do to girls you're just fucking that you wouldn't do to your girlfriend, and you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, because you
just respect them more.
You know what it is? I'll say it bluntly. I'll say it bluntly. I'll say it bluntly. I'll say it bluntly.
Go ahead.
When you have sex,
yes.
Wait, what did Chris say? That'll fuck you up if she did something different. Okay, so no, Chris, I don't agree with that.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
Look, this is what I'll say.
Yeah.
When you fuck your ex,
yes,
after not sleeping with them for a long time,
yes,
there's a built-in ego that you have where you're like, I'm gonna fuck you like a whore.
Yes,
that's exactly what it is. And like they do, and the girl does.
It's true.
The girl does the exact same thing to you.
Yes.
They're thinking, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you.
Yes.
Like, and you both know it. Like you both know it. Like 100. You both know this is a game that you're playing.
Yes.
And then it just makes it super enjoyable. Yes. So it is what it is.
What? Can't you fuck a girl like a whore?
You can. You can, but it's
not the same. It's when you're in it, like I understand, Jenny, what you'd like it to be like, but
Jenny's also in a like is used to having it.
And yeah, Jenny, you're a little different. You're exception, no problem. But when you're actually in relationships with these people, like there's a part when you have care and love and like emotion in it. Like you're making love. And not always, but like you're kissing more. You're like, bro, when you're fucking your ex, how much are you kissing? Be honest. Be fucking honest. When you're fucking your ex-girlfriend, how much are you actually kissing like you used to? Like when you're in a relationship, you're kissing, you're making out, there's tongue here, kissing on the neck, whatever. When it's sex after the relationship, how much kissing really you guys doing?
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. You're not kissing up on her like she's your fucking wifey. I'm fucking that.
There's also this.
It's different.
I said there's a ego aspect built into this.
Yeah.
It's because you don't want to sleep with your ex and not fucking show out.
100.
Right. So I remember, I remember, bro, the first time I ever slept with an ex.
I'm gonna make you miss me, baby.
No. The first time I ever slept with that, like there are certain things guys do and don't want to hear during sex, period.
Okay.
Right. So for example, we've talked about this. You guys who listen to the podcast, you probably heard, like, if I sleep with a girl for the first time, right? First or second time.
Yeah.
Don't really know her. And she says to me during sex, this is the best sex I've ever had.
Right.
A part of my brain goes, fuck.
I'm stuck.
Yeah. Right. Like it's a problem. Right. I slept with an ex once. Between the time that I slept with her and between the time we dated and when we slept together next, she had dated someone in between.
Okay.
We had sex.
Like a full relationship?
Yeah, it's a full relationship.
Okay.
I'm like halfway through sex. She's like, she said,
pull your mic up, you're getting drunk.
She said, she's like, you're trying to kill me with this dick. And I was like, I've won. I literally said, I've won. I was like, you fucked up by saying this. Cause like now I know that I fucking won. Trash. But that's what I'm saying. It's the built-in ego. Like every time you have sex with an ex, you're like, I have to win. And the girl's doing the same thing.
It's true. This is true.
Even if you don't want to get back together with them, there's always this built-in thing of like, I'm trying to make this person see what they're missing. Am I right or am I wrong?
100%. Will saying there has to be a level of cognitive dissonance for that to happen. And he's talking about treating your girlfriend like a whore. You can't call your girlfriend a whore. That's a fight. Now I got to imagine fucking you like a whore. That's a hard mental game. And as men, we aren't that smart. No, I feel you. I feel like when you actually don't have to connect girlfriend and emotion with the sex, you can actually just have sex like you'd be having sex with a regular person. You know what it feels like? This sounds fucked, but it almost feels like when you're fucking your ex-girlfriend, you're cheating on her.
Wait, what? Explain that.
So, like you're fucking her like you're cheating on her. So you're not. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get
what I'm saying? Like
I get that.
It's like you're able to cheat on her now, but it's her. But like you're fucking her as if you're cheating on her.
So
but you're not.
So hold on.
You're not.
So hold on. I always reference this.
What?
The Chris Rock thing.
What?
Chris Rock talks about when he cheated on his wife, right?
Yes.
And he said that like, he's like, every time a guy cheats on a girl, it's because he wants something different.
Right.
And he's like, when you cheat on your girl, now she's different. but not in the way that you want.
Right.
Like, because you betrayed her trust. Now she's completely different.
Different girl.
But now, when you have sex with your ex,
it's a different girl.
It's a different girl. It's different. She's different now.
Honestly, it's different.
She's different. Like, you know her, but she's different.
That's actually different pussy. I swear to God.
Oh my God. I don't know if we're being probably super toxic, but I think that's true.
Different pussy, and no lie. It is. Tell me it's not different pussy with your ex-girlfriend.
Oh, it is.
But the thing is, it's different person. It's different pussy that you already know. Imagine that. It's a cheat. That's a cheat code. It actually feels like different pussy, but you already know it. You know how fucking crazy that is? You know how crazy that is? Yo, we're talking some shit right now. we're off the fucking wine and the whiskey. I'm sweating right now. It's been a great episode. Any last questions before we get out of here? It's 11:23 a.m. or p.m. Yeah, I'm sorry. 11:23 p.m. Great episode. We just got to some revelations right now. I'm sorry we've been going back and forth, but any other questions before we wrap up? Otherwise, you date your homie sister. Why not? We
already talked about this. No,
Allison, we're not dating no sister. No, it's too close to home. That's
absolutely not.
No way. Absolutely no. Any other good questions before we roll out? Thank you, Allison, for sharing. I appreciate that though. Otherwise, dope episode. Appreciate you guys all for supporting us for so long, new and old listeners. When the questions are done, pour a shot. This is like my third, fourth drink now. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I've been drinking this.
Zamora's off the wine yak.
Let's put some wine on my shirt. Goddamn.
Man, let's put the red wine already. You know he's done. Any other questions? Other than that, we're gonna wrap. Allison said, "Now you gotta take it off." Allison is in fucking heat. She said, "Now you gotta take it off." Zamora, you taking the shirt off?
No, I'm not. Let's see. You can relax. Wow, Chris shooting a shot. Ebony, if you're ever trying to train, let me get a look at my cardio.
God damn, this is what we're doing. Fucking Christian Mingle in the fucking
shooting a shot.
Allison, I'll take it off for you. Okay, that's all right. We're gonna wrap up here. this is where we kind of
Atlanta, come save me, please.
This is where we part ways, guys. This has been great.
Yep,
it's been real. Allison, thank you for sending us home. I have McDonald's here that I haven't eaten because I didn't want to eat on camera. But a pleasure to all you guys. This has been real. Almost 4 years. We've been over 4 years. We've been doing this podcast. Now we're in COVID and all this bullshit. We've been doing these lives. The second week of I guess Zoom kind of live. I called it. Really dope. I really. I actually enjoyed it. I feel like we should probably do this again, maybe even once a month or something. I'm gonna be down.
Yeah, we can do that.
If you guys are down to do this like once a month, this would be really dope. But let us know. This could be really cool to just to have us interact. Like we're all online all the time. I think this is really more personal and it's fun. I fucking love this, and I'm drinking. Zamora's drinking, and it's just it's a cool vibe. So. If you guys are down to do like a once a month thing, I'll make sure it gets set up and organize this. But have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, guys. Call whoever you're gonna call. I know you're calling somebody. Let's not pretend here. Everyone has somebody they're calling. Let's not.
Yeah, no. Some of you in
whoever you're calling tonight. Call them. From me to you.
Or maybe don't. Maybe don't call that person. Maybe don't call that person.
Depending on who it is.
Listen, Plan B is not cheap. Like it's really not.
On who it is. Thanks for the laughs and congrats on the 100th episode. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Good night. We're gonna record the podcast next week. We'll take this week off to kind of just relax. We'll actually record our 100th episode next week, and then I will put that up. But we're also gonna put this up on our channel as well for anyone who missed it. Thank you all for coming through. Have a good night. And we out. Good night. Good night.
Hello? We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk.